Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dice Droppings Chicago by Night. I am your storyteller, Serena Montgomery, and we have as you may notice, a much shorter cast of kindred for our chronicle tonight. But that I don't think will be at a disadvantage. We only have a slightly disturbed Elysium and a member of the infamous clan of Lasombra running about. What could possibly go wrong? I have no announcements except, does anyone else have any announcements? Anything they want to announce for those viewing in? Excellent.
We're in danger.
Danger. Then let's jump right back into our story of monsters. It is still the same night, so there will be no changes to any expended willpower or health, no matter what you have sustained. As we kind of open up into the uppermost floor of the Succubus Club, right after Sierra von Burris, member of the clan Lasombra, just vocalized to the at least Elysium gathered kindred of Chicago that being as a representative of not herself and her blood brother, but of the clan Lasombra, that they were joining the Camarilla. We are in a room full of predators that don't know whether to flee or strike. And there is an absolute stillness that only the dead are able to do. And in that moment, it's kind of very jarring in the stillness as a crystal glass shatters against an oil painting on the wall. You see a kindred with silver white hair cut in an asymmetrical bob. She starts wailing in the highest pitched shriek that makes, you might have noticed, some people might be affected more than others who hear it. Perhaps due to some maybe not explicit uses of disciplines. But the one who threw the glass you see is Genghis. As he stands up to his feet, the first person to be able to move, and says, "Fuck you, Kevin. We're not going to have fucking Lasombra run about in this city and destroy it." And then you hear some murmurings in the back, some of people like murmuring and agreeing. And then you hear one voice kind of hidden behind. It's like, "No, that would be the job of the anarchs. Now, wouldn't it?"
Oh shit!
You all see Genghis's eyes flash. If you'd like to see who did it, you can for sure roll me a wits awareness.
Yes.
Yeah, I will. If I can find myself, there we go.
Ah, there I am.
Wits awareness.
Damn.
Nice.
Heroes.
Unfortunately, we're starting off strong, guys.
Starting off strong. Yeah, Elias. Yeah, let me pull up the proper thing so I do not give the wrong information.
I am a looky boy.
Oh, wow.
You are a looky boy. Yeah, Marcus and Clyde. You're kind of just like, oh, what is happening? Like, oh, fuck. Genghis, you had to open your fucking mouth.
I think I'm a tad bit more angry about his comment.
Yeah.
Zalvaria, the girls are fighting.
Shit.
Okay. Let me make sure I have. Yeah. So, Elias, you know this individual. He is very obese, heavy set, bald, Caucasian male, liver spotted, on his forehead and is currently holding a very fat Cuban cigar as he's wearing like a dark blue pinstripe suit. And he seems to be gathered around some of the other, you would know, hanging around with Donovan is the other Ventrus. You know him as Horatio Ballard. And as it currently stands, he is an individual who got his start and his reign when, what is his name? Oh god, he's like one of the most famous gangsters in Chicago, and I'm drawing a blank. Thank you. When Al Capone was sired and brought into the fold of the Ventru, Horatio Ballard was kind of one of those advocates who rolled on that kind of coattails. Prohibition was huge for vampires. Being able to monopolize most of the liquor that came through Chicago and selling it for a very high buck and getting the police under their wing. Prohibition was a good time for vampires. And Horatio Ballard is one of the few that came up during that time that is still alive. But he seems to be unnecessarily smoking a cigar as he made his kind of snide comment to Genghis. And in reaction to that, you see Genghis's eyes turn red, and there is a pulse that emanates from him that seems almost alive. And more kindreds start to get very vocal about their displeasure. You start to see a couple of individuals, their fangs are a lot more visible. You see nails begin to extend and kind of claw at the very pretty crystal glasses full of blood that was provided for you. And it looks like, from what you all can tell, even with even Clyde and Marcus, that a Genghis might pounce if something isn't done.
Genghis might what? You cut out.
Sorry, I was going to say Genghis is most likely going to pounce. There was a wave of frustration and anger that emanated from him, and he does not look like he's holding it together well.
I'm going to put myself into a position to be able to basically body block him if I have to.
Gotcha. Okay. So, Marcus, Marcus, do you have any, like, dots in the, like, status or, even infamous,
Let me take
advantage?
a look here. That would be on one of the next pages, right?
Yeah. It'd be backgrounds and advantages. If you have anything in, like, infamy, fame, this would actually more likely be to status, because status contributes to kindred society, while fame is for kind.
I do not.
Okay.
I do have the, I guess, the flaw enemy, but I don't think Genghis is him.
No. Genghis would not count for your enemy.
He might after this.
You physically kind of separate yourself from where your coterie is stood and stand in a direct path between are you just getting in Genghis's eye line, or are you getting in between him and someone specific?
I am going to get in between him and the Ventru.
Okay.
That they were toughing off against.
All right.
I'm gonna have my profile to him.
Understood.
Tilt my head like this and look at him.
Okay.
I'm trying to think I'm trying to see if there's anything that I can do. Unfortunately, I didn't take that thing that lets you calm the beast, which would be real helpful right about now.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Can I try and force a premonition to figure out why, to get some insight as to why specifically Genghis is this het up about the Lasombra? Or I could try Scry the Soul, if either of those would apply.
I think Scry the Soul, for just in the present as to what is going on, it would be, I think Scry the Soul would be appropriate.
Okay. That is intelligence plus discipline.
Ooh. Is that also a rouse check?
Let me see. I believe it is, if my thing would load.
Where's the core rulebook? There it is.
Please.
And it is Aspec.
Please scroll.
Okay. So, Scry
there
the
it
Soul
is.
does require a rouse check, yes.
Yeah, rouse checks and intelligence plus aspects versus composure plus subterfuge. Two things I'm sure Genghis is fantastic at. I don't get hungrier.
Do not get hungrier.
Thank God.
You maintain a very tight leash on your beast.
And two.
Hey.
I will use a willpower
Okay.
roll on that. And do 3. I can do 3. Fuck.
You.
All right.
Well, as you would have guessed, Genghis is not hard to read.
What's his composure, Serena? Is it 1?
I mean, he's brutal. Let me see. What is his
Maybe.
composure? Right now, it's essentially 1 because he's kind of
He's so pissed.
he's so pissed.
All right.
Very, very quick to aggression. All right. So, with your margin of successes, you'll be able to. It's not a large margin, but you'll be able to ask 2 questions that I will answer truthfully about the state of Genghis's soul. So the listed questions that they ask is, you can know the emotional state of the subject, the resonance in the subject's blood, whether the subject is a vampire, werewolf, ghoul, or any other supernatural being, but we know Genghis is a hundred. Whether the subject is under the influence of blood sorcery or other magic, and whether the subject has committed diablerie in the last year.
So the first thing that I would like to know is his emotional state. Like, is this rage or fear?
It is fear being masked as rage.
Okay.
Genghis has a deep fear of the Sabbat and the Lasombra. Do you have anything in occult?
Boy, howdy do I. I have 4 dots in occult.
4 dots in occult.
I
So
lead
yeah,
occult.
Eli, you have a bit more understanding of Lasombra's position. Jesse, you're a bit staticky with your mic moving about.
Sorry.
No problem. Just giving me a heads up. You have a lot, the Pythos, with you and your great wisdom,
Yes,
have
I
a
do.
lot more understanding than some kindred do of the Lasombra as a clan, because at this point in our history, the Lasombra have all been branded as just Sabbat.
Yeah.
Normally, they're generals and shadow puppet masters, along with a number of other clans that hold positions of leadership. In the, I guess, clanist or racist form of the Lasombra, they're never to be trusted. Once a betrayer, always a betrayer. And it seems, and the Lasombra have been away from proper kindred society, proper by Camarilla standards, that very few people know about their disciplines, and the ones that do know to be afraid of it, because oblivion is something that is uniquely their clans, at least as far as we know, in the great history of Cain and all his disciples. Oblivion is something that makes the Lasombra a factor unknown, and predators like Kindred do not like to mess with the unknown unless compelled by something else deeper inside them. So,
Yeah.
Genghis is feeling genuine fear, but he is lashing out angrily to it.
So my second question would be, is he under the influence of blood, sorcery, or other magic? Because none of the other ones apply.
Yeah. Yes. You notice that his leather, he himself is not under the source of blood magic, but there is blood sorcery on his, you see that he's wearing a leather strap necklace that has a silver ring on it, and there is blood sorcery on that ring.
He has a magic item. All right. He has a magic necklace. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to I'm gonna chime up a little bit. Like moving kind of closer to Wraith in case I can help in some way. Gesturing with my completely useless crystal chalice of blood that I cannot drink.
Yeah.
And just say, please, 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 didn't so many of us start out in this country as immigrants? People who were fleeing from something that was bigger than themselves. They bit off more than they could chew. Let's just discuss this like actual reasonable creatures.
I am definitely going to need you to make me a charisma persuasion.
Yes, and I am going to rouse my charisma.
Mm-hmm. I will also give you a bonus dice because you know what Genghis's emotional state is right now.
It's fear of something he doesn't understand.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I would also allow, before you roll your rouse check, if you'd like to use manipulation in place of charisma.
That doesn't matter. They're the same.
All right. Problem.
So I will rouse my charisma. Give me that gives me an extra 2 dice.
2.
And then an extra one from you?
Yep.
Okay. Persuasion, charisma, 3 extra dice. Oh, rouse check. Hang on. Still not hungry. Still
not hungry.
I'm running on adrenaline, guys.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
I would like to use another willpower reroll. Can I?
You are able to use as much willpower as you can sustain.
Yep, I've still got them. I still got some.
Mm-hmm.
So I can reroll 2 out of that, it looks like, right?
Yes.
3.
3. Yep, because 5 is is not a success.
5 successes.
5 successes. Yeah, as you say that, there is a bit of like comical laughter throughout, as if
yes, yuck it up at the Malkavan. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to me.
It's the tension in the air is still very palpable, which you, I think, especially Eli, are sensitive to because your mind is open to that.
Yeah,
at least currently right now. So you very much see, I think also with flavor wise, you see a kind of red haze coming off of Genghis that's slowly kind of affecting everyone around them, like they're moving through a really thick fog that sticks to them, and you see their emotional state change in proximity to him. But as you say that, you see that his face is, and it's miraculous to watch like a corpse kind of still move their facial features when they don't need to go through a process of thinking, or perhaps a silent argument with themselves. As with fucking 5 successes, yeah, Genghis, you see the eyes turn from scarlet red back to that brandy kind of brown color as he rolls his shoulders back. Clyde, if you're not doing anything, you do notice that Kevin Jackson snaps his fingers. Oh, God.
Yeah, like I was actually gonna ask if I could get like a read on the room, particularly if like anyone before that was. Has anyone been in favor of this, or like at the very least, like not been seems like completely unaffected by like this whole new announcement?
Yeah, I would say that is going to be a wit's insight, or it will be a
Who here doesn't care?
wit's awareness to notice things. But if you're specifically looking for like people's like reactions to things, it'll be a wit's insight.
Okay, let's see if this one's better.
People. 4.
Better.
Okay.
Nice.
So you're looking for individuals who aren't affected and or possibly in favor of this?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. You see a large majority of the Ventru don't seem to be at all affected by the news. In fact, some of them look rather pleased, as if from what you know of your relationship with Donovan, a lot of the Ventru who are not in the immediate social circle of Kevin Jackson are all opportunists. And at least in this, with your great insight, I mean, if the Lasombra fail, then we don't have to worry about them. But if we can use them, that seems to all be this group, especially like the younger Ventru. And they're
trying to gain an advantage and stuff on that. Got it. Yeah.
You know they're young because 2 years ago you were in this Elysium and you did not see some of these young bloods in suits. So especially the younger Ventru are not really doing well hiding their kind of Cheshire cat grin. You definitely see Jason Newberry is fuming. He is not at all doing all right. His eyes are the only thing about him that is moving. Everything else is statue still, like he's trying very hard not to be noticed. But you see the frantic shifting of his eyes looking around. Who else is okay with this? You see a woman who is... She looks very middle American, wind blasted kind of cheeks that have the permanent blush on them. That's ruddy faces a little bit. She looks to be about in her late 20s, early 30s. Her kind of... She looks average, which is to say when you're surrounded by creatures of immortality and beauty, she looks like someone who was raised in middle America, and even has like a kind of worn dark green, like forest green jacket on. She looks mildly pleased about this, and if you'd like to know who that is,
do I know her?
It's going to be intelligence politics.
Okay. That's just a 1.
That is enough, though.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, she has a very high-ranking status. That is Rosa Hernandez, the Gangrel Primogen. And she looks like she's mildly amused by what's going on with this. Those are people of import that you see. Everyone else seems to be kind of focusing. Most of the other, what you can likely guess, are maybe more weak-willed or younger in age that were affected by Genghis's emotional output. But those are the notable figures that were seeming to actually be okay with this news.
Okay.
And then Newberry, who was just freaking out from what you could see.
So how is Genghis reacting to what the Pythos had to say?
Genghis seems to be taking it more as, like, coming back into reality because, yes, Genghis has a reputation, but he's also severely outnumbered if he broke the rules of Elysium. So he looks like it's more that he's using the Pythos' words to try to come back down from his emotional exposure than really taking what he said to heart.
It doesn't look like he's gonna like immediately start throwing punches. Okay, good.
No.
Ooh.
He's calm.
All I wanted.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll take that.
You're definitely successful in that. There are definitely murmurs of approval at both you, Eli, and you, Marcus, for without spurring of action from your elders that you took it upon yourself to calm the situation down. And you see Kevin Jackson kind of snapping his fingers, and Damien and the other hounds you see two of them are escorting Sierra. I have so many S names in my NPC folder, but Sierra is being escorted out of eyeline of everyone very quickly. And he starts motioning toward the Ventru, and you feel there's a shift in the aggressive frustration slowly start to shift into a more calm state. You do see some of the kindred that came with Genghis are at the kind of shifting of Ventru going around, kind of calming people down. A couple of kindred just bolt, not super speed or anything, but they look like they're not having any part of it.
What's Newberry doing?
Newberry,
still there?
Yeah, Newberry is still there.
Oh.
Let us see, but it seems like things are shifting kind of to calm down, and it looks like you guys took care of the brunt of that. So you're able to communicate now with kindred that you see. People are still kind of milling about because now they want answers, but Kevin Jackson is kind of moving through talking to the Primogen members, and he looks like he's trying to leave this floor, most likely to go take care of the mess that just happened. So what would you all like to do in this seemingly moment of calm?
Can I see where they're taking Sierra?
I thought we were taking her back.
That was the original plan.
Her.
We were taking her back with us, but now they seem to be moving her away from a chance that she might get killed with people freaking out like this. Yeah, if you would like to know where she's going, it's going to be a wits awareness. Eli.
Wits awareness.
Mm-hmm. 3. Yeah. You see them usher two individuals ushering Sierra, kind of one on either side of her. They don't have their hands on her, but she seems to be complying.
Mm-hmm.
As they kind of very quickly herd her out of the doors of the 3rd floor, and looks like back downstairs and into the 1st floor, which is where the main dance floor is, where all the humans are. And they disappear into the crowd. There are just so many people.
I have a moment of panic.
Mm-hmm.
Because now she is gone.
Mm-hmm. Look at everyone like, I'm gonna go follow her. I'm gonna make sure we don't lose another one. Yeah. So, well, yeah. Should I go invisible for this one? No, I'll be fine. Just sneak through.
Yeah,
I'm just openly following.
I'm just gonna follow her. Yeah.
Eli doesn't look happy.
Okay. So,
I might actually be stirring the pot a bit.
Oh,
okay.
Cool.
So
gotta have at least one person do that.
We'll stick with Wraith as you notice Clyde kind of falling into, not invisibly, but just doing what he does best, which is make people just forget that he's there. And slipping out. Eli is just brazenly following where they took Sierra. And Marcus, you are left in kind of the swirling aftermath of the Elysium floor. You see that same silver-haired, asymmetrical bobbed woman who is stunning in her own right, but she gives you more of a predator kind of attractive than just a fair beauty. Her skin is a little bit too pale, like marble. Her eyes are a very translucent, ghostly blue. And right now, she is crying tears of blood and openly sobbing and weeping at the state of her picture that currently is dripping blood from the glass that Genghis shattered, and you see there is just a whole gaggle of individuals kind of surrounding her and like stroking her shoulder like, it's okay, it'll be all right, you can buy another one. And you see a very handsome young man with like strawberry blonde hair, tan skin. As he's looking at it, he's like, honestly, it looks a lot better now. And there are like a bunch of heads kind of very sharply turned toward him, very much like just two quick movements, things that just remind you that these aren't humans. And he just shrugs as he goes back to looking at it.
Perfect. Beautiful.
You see there is kind of going up to Genghis now. You see a much older, like he was embraced probably in his 70s. Maybe even older, but he has long, wavy white hair that falls about mid-back and a full-length white beard, African-American man. And he is wearing what you can guess are Greek robes.
Nice.
In their entirety. Like the full cloth wrapped over his one shoulder as he clasped it together with a red sash kind of holding over his arm. It's definitely, I don't know if Wraith has ever watched the show Rome when he was alive. But you're just like, this dude definitely stepped off the set of Rome. And it is, you've seen a lot as a vampire. So it's not the weirdest thing you've seen, but
it definitely stands out.
It does. And he seems to be talking to Genghis right now, and Genghis himself seems like he's lowering his eyes to not meet this much older gentleman's gaze. As he's talking to him in very, what you can definitely tell, like, stern gestures with his hand, but he's keeping his voice very hushed. And in the midst of this, you see the baby chorus band, no longer with Damien up there to perform, starts playing a song and parading a literal train of humans who are now so kind of excited to be in the exclusive part of the Succubus Club. They are helplessly following a incredibly tall, olive-skinned woman in a bright yellow mini dress, and she has bone straight black hair that falls right below her butt. And she's easily the most beautiful person in this room. And she's like coaxing a huge herd of people into the room of the Elysium floor. And with that introduction, it seems like people are a lot more relaxed. There's food now.
Hors d'oeuvres.
So with the setting, this theater of the mind set, what shit would you like to stir?
Well, originally I was going to go over to Genghis. But this introduction of this African-American Greek, it doesn't sit right with Marcus. Especially since Genghis seems to be giving him a lot more respect than he's given anyone in his entire life.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will instead go and up to one of Genghis's guys.
Okay.
And pass a message to him that I would like to speak with Genghis at some point.
Okay. Yeah. they say, like, tonight? Or do you want to set up a meeting for another time? We know you cams have very important business schedules.
Whenever he's available.
They nod.
And I will then proceed. Gosh, so many different NPCs.
There are.
Oh, God, let's see here. I'm going to see if I can't track down any of the hounds.
Are you looking for anyone in particular, or are you just wanting to talk to someone?
Either my buddy or the one who was kind of hitting on me, actually.
I gotcha. Yeah, I will say that the Magnus Canis is a little busy, and you don't kind of have the pull. You have her interest, which could be good or bad, depending. But not enough of it to pull her from her very
whatever
early
she's
duties.
doing.
Yeah, but I would say you'd be able to get your friend's attention. What did we name?
Iman.
Iman, yeah. So yeah, you're able to catch Iman. He's a lot more calm than some of the other kindred, but that always has seemed in your time knowing him. Not a lot. He gets uncomfortable a lot in social situations, but he doesn't get like agitated by them. But as you come up, he's like, Marcus,
how's it going?
As well as it can be. We now have one delegate that we had no idea was here, and now one's missing. So, as you can guess, Damien is not happy.
The one missing wasn't exactly our fault.
Well, we'll see if we'll see if they higher up see it that way.
To me, he has the feel of an old dog that just can't learn new tricks.
Well, not really my place to say what happens to that situation. But I don't know. I'm awaiting orders. Is he as bad as they say? I mean,
He's pretty bad.
All right.
I've tested his mettle.
He takes an unnecessary breath. Well, I can't do anything until I get orders from Damien or Alexa. Is there something that you wanted or something you needed me to ask for you?
I just want to make sure that our other... Gosh, what's the word?
Delegate? Hostage?
Yeah, the other delegate. Pretty much. I just want to make sure that he doesn't become a liability.
I don't think so. Prince gave orders to Alexa and Damien. They're executing it out. And she's still, by traditions, under Elysium law, so hurting her would be an offense to the prince. I don't think anyone wants to put that on their debts I.O.
Yes, well, as we can see, some of them can lose control.
But they know better.
Yes, but they do know better.
Wraith, what are you trying to ask me? Because I feel like we're taking the long path to the point here.
I think Genghis is going to be a problem, and I don't think he's working on his own.
Well, of course not. He's an anarch.
He's been hired to be here for some reason.
Hired by who?
Don't know. Still trying to figure that part out.
Okay. Well, that's a lot to go. That's a lot of nothing to go on based on a hunch. I can't really do anything with that. He's allowed to be here, unfortunately.
But I will be looking into it.
Okay. Let me know if you find anything.
Will do.
Okay. As we take a step back from you, Wraith, Clyde and Eli. So, Clyde, I am going to need a... It's definitely stealth, but because we're in such a crowded place, if you go off of dexterity, it's... They would have a hard... I think they would get the penalty for spotting you, Cunning, because there's so many bodies.
Yeah, like I'm trying to like blend in with the crowd. To be honest, I'm
Yeah.
probably shorter than most of these people anyway,
It's
so I'm like
very
hunched
true.
down, like that.
Yeah.
Not only like in the crowd, but also that weird guy that no one really wants to look
Yeah.
at anyway. Like you're not socializing
Yeah.
with anyone.
So-
Come on, man.
Ouch.
What is your hunger at right now?
Just a one.
Just a 1. Okay.
Disgusting.
So it's going to be dexterity and stealth, or is it subterfuge? No, it's stealth. Yeah, so dexterity and stealth to kind of weave your way in between the bodies. And Eli, what is your hunger at?
3.
3. There are a lot more people back down on the first floor. And the lights have turned into scintillating colors of pink and green and red. And there are just so many bodies around you. It is 100%. The music is pulsating,
I agree.
and there are... And you can almost swear it's in time with the heartbeat of everything around you.
Oh, shit.
And I think I'm going to need you to make me a so how many unmarked willpower do you have?
I still have 3.
You still have 3? Okay. I will say because you have the same amount of unmarked willpower as your hunger, you're able to keep yourself together, but you're going to need to eat soon because some very happy-go-lucky. She's probably easily like maybe in her late 20s and she's out for the summer and she just kind of grazed your shoulder and she smells like cucumbers because of her shampoo, just like fresh hair wash and just that nice clean linen smell. She hasn't gotten sweaty from dancing, but she has the cutest smile.
All right. So, like, invisible, unnoticeable Clyde sees Eli, like, with this stupid glass still in his hand, like, get to the stairs, like, the middle of the stairs, looking like he's about to panic over something, freeze, and then just turn around and walk back upstairs to go and get... I'm gonna go and get something to eat. There were people, they were bringing food in, right? They were bringing
They
orders
were,
in?
100%.
Oh, God, okay.
I just like put a hand on Eli's shoulder. It's like I'll keep an eye on her. You go, yeah, like come on. You don't see me. I just like a hand appears on your shoulder, and you know it's Clyde's.
All right, so there's a very clear distinction. Are you going invisible, or are you just kind of hiding behind like people and going like unnoticed? Because if you're using a discipline, we have to establish that.
No, I think I'm gonna just try to no disciplines and try to like use my natural stuff. I do want to do a willpower reroll on that before, if that's okay.
Yeah, 100%. You may.
Can I before Clyde leaves? Just like. If my heart still beat, it would be beating out of my chest, but it doesn't. So, just Clyde, I have to know where she is. I have to keep an eye on her.
I know she's important.
No, you don't understand. This is really important. Okay. To me personally, I would consider this a personal favor. I need
Find
to
her,
know where
and
she is.
Eli. I'll find her, and I'm not gonna let her out of my sight. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Go find Wraith. Go get yourself taken care of. I'll contact you guys soon.
All right.
I'll like awkwardly like pat him on the shoulders, like, "Oh yeah, physical contact."
Mm-hmm.
Nod to him and head off.
The very good reminder for me, Heather, because if you are coming in onto this session and did not see our previous session, go watch it. It's great. But Eli was compelled
I'm mind
by
wanged.
Jason Newberry, the Primogen of the Malkavian, to let him know where Sierra goes if she's moved. So
It's also a good thing that you aren't there then. So you don't.
I will say, Eli, you are aware that you are being forced to do this. You can't stop yourself from doing it, but you are very aware of what you're doing. And I think that's something we'll kind of peer into Eli's life as a kindred, that this is not unknown behavior for Jason Newberry.
Yeah.
The Malkavians of Chicago have a mandatory volunteering therapy session with their ever-caring.
Mandatory voluntary
Mm-hmm.
therapy session.
Yeah.
And it's weekly, I think?
It's weekly.
Yeah.
And
once a week.
Most of the time, it's the extortion of resources and havens for his ever-changing taste. But there have been a number of times that you all were forced to do something you didn't want to do and had no choice in which to do it. And this is, you can decide for yourself, Eli, before we move on following Clyde, if this is the first time that Jason has done this, or is this a regular occurrence?
I will say that it is probably a regular occurrence, but I think this is the first time that Eli has been aware of it.
Gotcha.
It's a lot more like group gaslighting, but
Yeah,
we'll slide. We'll brush that aside for now.
It's almost like he's not a good person.
It's almost like he's a freaking psychopath.
It's
Who
almost
knew?
like this is what happens when you turn a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. So,
Gosh.
Clyde, with 3 successes, you're kind of traveling through. You're not as bothered by the thrum of bodies, even though there are so many. And you swear to God, like, people smell better when they're high and drunk and out of their mind. You swear on your life, as someone who has made a living being a part of the Aries Club, people just smell better when they are not in their right minds. But you're able to maintain a hold on that as you're kind of traveling through, and you have a bead on Sierra and the 2 hounds that took her, as they look like they're going back behind what looks to be just past the dance floor is a performer's stage. And you do already see dancers are up there twirling on stripper poles while mouthing to the current pop song that's on right now. But just before you see where they're going, you feel a vice grip on your arm as someone like jerks you and turns you toward them. And you see a impossibly paled and sallowed gentleman. You're not sure what age they are, but they have dark hair that looks like it's weighed down recently by rain, but you're not sure from where. And their eyes are kind of glazed over, like this person was blind when they were turned. But they have a vice grip on your arm and are saying, "Shh, listen, the music. Can you hear it?" And the way he's whispering to you, it should be impossible, because if you were to whisper in this club, you shouldn't be able to hear it. But he seems to be just standing in front of you. Your faces aren't uncomfortably close, but he seems to be whispering directly in a way that you are able to hear him.
Okay. That all he says, just like the music, and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
okay.
Can you hear it? It's crying for help. It's in agony. But besides, it only
King,
it
look,
only can help itself.
Guys, stop drinking off people that are fucking high. I swear to God, man. And I try to rip my arm away from him and keep going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just ignore him.
Give me a strength athletics, because he is holding very tightly to your arm, like he's trying to tell you something.
Listen to your Malkavians, friends.
God, alright.
They have unique insights into the universe.
Sometimes, but I just, okay.
And sometimes they hear the
God
music.
damn it.
Yeah,
I just do that, like, can't.
Yeah, you are able to, like, break your arm free, but almost lightning quick, his hand reaches out and grabs your wrist again, and he's just like, you have to listen. But when you are very determined to pull away, he lets you go and then goes back to, like, muttering to himself and then just staring, like, up. And it looks like he's staring to the 3rd floor. But he leaves you alone. He just grabbed you and was trying to get you to listen, and you're not sure what the fuck that was about. Or even who this guy is.
Oh, no fucking clue. Don't care. Well, that was... It's not like being interrupted like that. I'm gonna see if I can keep trailing Sierra.
Okay. This one is going to be a wits survival, just to pick back up if you saw them or not.
Okay. Can I... Remind me, if I rouse, does that up... How much does that up me for extra dice?
It ups your choice of attributes by 2.
Okay, cool. I will do that.
You can do this. I believe in you.
I do believe
Thanks, creepy bro. Appreciate it. Oh, I get hungry.
You gain hunger.
I'm just at 2. Okay. That was a investigation, and what else? Sorry.
I was going to say wits survival, but that doesn't really make much sense. You can do investigation if you want.
Thank you.
What's investigation?
Ooh.
Oh, is that more than? Yeah, that's
that is more than
nice.
Hot damn.
Yeah. Even with that person, that Kindred distracting you, you're able to see, like, the movement of the curtain on the main stage, and you see just turning kind of behind it is Sierra's long dress, and looks like they've disappeared behind the stage curtain.
Target acquired. Let's go. Let's move.
Mm-hmm. Move? Yeah. I will say, going off of your previous stealth, you're able to get through without issue. And you see that behind the stage, it looks like between, people, like, undressing from their burlesque tops, putting on the next costume change, you see them disappear what looks to be a service elevator.
Okay.
And Sierra and one...
I see them, like, in and the doors are closed already, or are they, like, just getting in right now?
They're just getting in right now, and the doors are closing.
Okay. I'd like to then, real quick, see if I can... now I would like to go invisible, if I could.
Okay. So go ahead, and I don't believe that's if you're using Unseen Passage,
Unseen Passage, yeah.
Yeah. So
actually, I think I shouldn't... I know I shouldn't accept Rouse, but I believe Cloak of Shadows... Or maybe it was... Maybe that would be it instead? It's like blending into surroundings, and...
Yeah.
Unseen Passage is when I'm moving around, so
yeah,
I guess...
Unseen Passage is when you're moving around, but if you're scrolling down to Obfuscate... yes, it is Cloak of Shadows. That you can do as long as you don't make sound and don't move. That's the level 1 ability.
Okay. I will be moving. I would have to move to get into the elevator, so I think I would have to do Unseen Passage then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll use that one for now. I think I have to... That is a rouse check.
No problem.
All right,
Yeah,
success.
don't get hungrier.
Nice.
But I am because. Do you have any points in celerity?
I do not.
Okay, so I think it's not like a full dash, but it is going to be an effort to get there without
Kind of book it and
supernatural
like
speed.
make this.
Without supernatural speed to gift you there, you are going to have to make a roll. So I will
Okay.
say it will be dexterity athletics.
Cool.
Just to give yourself a quick burst of speed to catch the doors before they close.
Quick. That's a
Okay.
1.
Yeah.
I really got to keep up with her. Yeah, I'm going to use this is my last willpower, I think.
So you are full of superficial wounds on your willpower, correct?
It is done, yeah.
Alrighty then.
And I can still do 3 willpower, or can I only do 2 for this one?
I believe this one is 2 because
Okay.
9 is a success.
Yeah,
1.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. It's not a failure. So I will say they don't notice you, but you kind of have to make a choice right now. If you continue forward, the elevator doors are going to stop closing, so they're going to look at it like, what?
Okay.
Or you can let the elevator doors close and see where it goes up to. So you'll be able to. So that's my I guess my bargain to you. If you want
got
to
like
still
a
go in-
So I can still tell like what floor they would go to after this,
yeah,
right?
there were no for free. There were no elevators on the second or third floor. This elevator likely only goes down. So to clarify my bargain to you, 1 success is enough to get to the elevator, but you'll kind of have to stop it from closing in on you.
They might notice that.
To
Okay.
jump in, so they might notice it. Or you can let it pass, but it'll go down, and they'll have a head start. To you have to wait to the elevator to get back up.
I don't want to risk losing her again. I don't know what's on these other floors.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think I'm going to risk it. I think if I
Okay.
stay quiet and like in the back, I'll be
Mhm.
okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Fingers
Okay.
crossed.
So the elevators kind of stop as you like put your hands up to keep it from them from crushing you. And
Yeah.
the
God.
2 that were with Sierra kind of like looks. Sierra's used to technology malfunctioning around her, so she actually
True.
isn't phased.
Lasombra. Hey, that's it, guys.
And
Lasombra.
that is it. Her guards are kind of like they look between each other, and one of them says, "Fucking shadow dancers," and presses the button again. And the elevator goes down as it opens to a series of corridors that look to be in the basement. You're able to follow them exactly toward a locked doorway that has 2 more guards. One of them is a very tall, broad-shouldered woman with a neon green dyed hair that's put in a fishtail braid. And
Style, the mood.
they hand her Sierra, and they just look like, I mean, she's supposed to get strung up. And they say, no, she's not a blood bag. She gets put in the storage room. No one's allowed to see her unless they have the password loaded. And they're like, all right. What do I do with the bags then? And then the 2 guards are just like, dump them. Things are going fucked upstairs. And I'm like, all right. They open the door wide enough for Sierra to get through. You have a chance to like slip through also if you so wish.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Okay.
A question while we've been doing this. What is Sierra's reaction to like everything that's been going on been so far? She's been like poker face or
she seems to have a very strong poker face. If you want to get through that, you can have the time. You're not sure. She sounds like she might be by herself. You might have a chance to ask her.
yeah. I just really now good choice. I don't want her to be alone with these guys. So yeah, I'll stay here.
Well, it's fair. Yeah,
Slip in with her.
Yeah, you slip in. It's only 1 guard that follows with Sierra. It's pitch black as you go down these kind of wood rotted sub basement stairs. And your eyes kind of slowly have to adjust, but it's very hard to do when there's no light source to change it from. And in this sub-basement, you see a huge collection of extra bar stools. There are marble statues down here, old paintings that have long been destroyed by water damage, as well as hanging from the ceiling, like long chains that are hanging from the ceiling. You see individuals of varying ages, men and women both, their arms secured above their heads while there are IVs in their arms. Some of them definitely look like they've been hanging there for a while. There are actually 2 IVs, one for nutrients and one that is draining blood from them.
And I assume that this is where the Succubus Club gets its supply of blood.
Most likely.
The bar?
Right,
Okay.
right now, you see about 7 bodies. Just
Okay.
You also see, or actually you hear, because it's very, unless you have an ability that allows you to see in pitch darkness, you kind of have to stick very close to the 2 that are walking through. You definitely hear the hum of a lot of refrigerators and freezers.
Okay.
Before they come kind of through the maze of all these long forgotten artworks and supplies, as they come to another door that the guard has a key, produces it, unlocks it, puts Sierra inside, and he holds the door long enough if you want to go in with her as well.
Yep. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. You slip in, closes the door, locks behind you, and we'll step back from you and back to the other 2 that are upstairs. So, Marcus and Eli, what are you 2 up to? Eli, I believe you went to feed, correct?
I have to at this point.
Yeah. The Succubus Club being what it is, a kindred business, there are very nice kind of plush private booths that look like they're out in the open, but once you sit in them, you realize people can't see into your booth. You have your meal for the evening, and you can drink with privacy.
Yeah. I'll get down to, I'll get 2 hunger.
2 hunger. 2 is the safe amount of hunger for to take from 1 human.
Yeah, and the entire time I'm just talking to this human about just like, this has been the most awful day, awful night I have had in the past several weeks. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to ask Wraith for help, and I don't want to do that because fuck cops, am I right? But
yeah, totally. Fuck cops.
The entire time.
Yeah. She eats up everything you're saying. You're not sure if it's because she genuinely agrees with it or because the kiss is so euphoric that she'll say you agree with anything and everything you're saying.
Yeah. But yeah, afterwards.
But you're freaking out.
Yeah, I'm freaking. I'm not even paying attention. This is. I feel like Eli is usually fairly attentive when he's feeding because that's part of his like feeding style too.
Understood.
But is just absolutely just like all over the place. Keeps running his hands back through his hair. Hair is absolutely wild.
Understood. So Wraith, what are you kind of advising? You know, Clyde and Eli went downstairs, and then you saw Eli come back upstairs, and it looks like he's taking care of himself right now.
This is really tough. Because Wraith is torn. He really wants to go and keep track of Sierra. But at the same time, he needs to keep an eye on Genghis. I think what he is going to do is he's going to go into detective mode and just keep a hopefully subtle, clear eye on Genghis.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. I would say you're able to do that without issue. No rules are required because what gathers your attention again is because Genghis isn't doing anything currently right now. He looks like he's back to being in control of himself. He's not happy with the situation, but it might be perhaps a source of pride that he can't leave right now.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Kevin Jackson comes back into the room and is kind of pointedly ignoring anyone who gets his attention and immediately stops at Iman, Alexa, and Damien. And he seems to be having a conversation with them.
If only I was able to enhance my hearing, but that would probably blow it out because of the music.
Well, the good thing about Baby Chorus is that they play reinvented light jazz, is what they call it, their genre. So it's not blaring or hard on the ear, should you have the ability to enhance your senses.
Do it.
Okay, well, I don't have the ability to enhance my senses.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But it looks like go ahead. All right. But that's all right because as they kind of break off, Prince Kevin Jackson immediately kind of seeming to just now be doing his princely duties, which are taking care of the concerns of the kindred around him. You see Alexa and Damien are leaving the club, and Iman walks up to you and he says, all right, so because we're friends and I know you've been wanting to get your toes wet, is that still, I think that still works with us.
I think so.
But we've been told that Malenkov is a priority and he needs to be brought back alive. So if you know where he is or the other delegate knows where he is, that'd be great. I can say if you give me the information, I can go catch him down, we can stake him, bring him back, it'll be great, but I know, given what you've been hinting at, that this might be an opportunity for you.
I don't exactly know where he is, but I might be able to find him.
Well, there you have it. I'll let this one be free. Any other tips, I'm going to have to start pulling favors.
Of course.
Okay.
And I will proceed to immediately leave.
Okay.
And begin using my detective skills.
Are you leaving the club without Clyde and Eli?
Since I know where Eli is, and he's rather close.
Because I will just say, Wraith, you have no way to contact anyone because you are very not because
the only thing I can do is go back to the headquarters.
This is true.
And be like, hey, call this person for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I am going to stop by because did I see where Eli went?
Eli is upstairs in the room that you were in. He's just finished feeding by the time you finished having your conversation.
I will flag Eli down.
Mm-hmm. Eli, you see Wraith?
Wiping blood from the corner of my mouth. Just.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Wraith, just the person I was looking for.
Conveniently, I was looking for you too.
Excellent. That means that we can work together. Now.
Yes.
I know up until this point we haven't really gotten a chance to get to know each other very well. You're more
fair enough.
You're more Donovan's. I need your help. I need your help, please.
You need my help.
Please.
What do you need my help with?
I need to know where Sierra is going. I need to... If I don't keep tabs on her, something very bad is going to happen to someone that I care very deeply about. And you know how difficult it is to care for people.
Wraith has a moment where he goes dead still,
Mm-hmm.
When we're like this.
and then comes back to forcing himself to move again. Yes, I do. I do believe Clyde should be with her.
Yes. And then I tried to go downstairs, and there were so many people and the noise, and I just, well...
I place my hand on his shoulder. I understand. I understand. And then I remove it, and... Okay. So, we know that Clyde is with her.
I know that...
We can assume this.
I know that he followed them. I don't know if he is actually with them. I don't know what... I have never made any effort to try and infiltrate the security of the Succubus Club before. That's not a thing that's done.
Well, if I know Clyde well enough, he either is with her or he knows exactly where she is.
You're right. He sees everything.
Yes, he does. I also need some help from you. So we'll consider this trading a favor?
What help could I be to you? I'm not saying no, except normally when people come and ask me for help, it's someone who wants me to do a tarot reading for them, or wants me to tell them what they should do in order to have their aura purified.
Do you by chance know if you could locate Malenkov?
I can do what I usually do, which is I can try to force some vision from the Madness Network, but it is not always clear, it is not always successful, but I can try. And
all right.
And I do this for you. I help you find Malenkov, which is something that we should be doing anyways, because he is a menace to society.
I have orders that he needs to be brought in alive.
And in return,
I will.
I look around. Like, is Jason nearby? Can I see Jason?
I will say he is. Yes, he is within your eye line.
But is he within earshot?
No.
Okay. Just very, very quietly to Wraith. I will help find Malenkov, and you will help me find Sierra and make sure that Jason Newberry does not kill my niece.
I once again go dead still for a second, like a breath. Yes, I will make sure of that.
All right. Let us retire someplace quieter, less obvious. It is.
Is there a place at the Succubus Club where one can do a reading like that?
Where's the
or
fuck
would
room?
we have to leave?
There are. You can have your pick of private rooms.
Yep. Where's the fuck room? We have to go there.
They are
Yes, because that
and
does.
tastefully hidden, kind of. They're these seamless doors that are part of the wall that you kind of have to like push, and then the door opens, and then voila, there's a room.
I'm assuming they are barred from the inside. If it's occupied.
necessary.
I mean, it's lockable, yeah.
It's lockable.
Okay.
All right.
We shall go to one of these then.
Okay.
Okay.
So we are going to, well, you prepare for your vision. We're going to jump back to Clyde.
Okay.
As you are now in the room with Sierra as she kind of, and it's very like, I want to say cadet level sleeping quarters. It's a very small, tight space with that off-white eggshell painted brick wall, a cot, and a mini fridge.
Oh, it's like a dorm room
in here.
Yeah. Oh, there's getting flashbacks now. Okay. And it's just her and I alone, right?
Yes. You and her alone.
Okay. I'm gonna take a minute, just see if I can. She look a little different. Like, has like her mask fallen? Like now that she hopefully believes she's alone or anything.
I will say, because she has no way to tell that you were there, I will say that yes, the mask does slip, and she is worried and frustrated. Vampires do not have the extra energy that needs to be expelled when dealing with emotions, so they don't need to pace or talk out loud to express thoughts or anything of that like. But you see this very poised woman turn for a second and look like she's about to calm down, but then slams her fist into the wall, and there is indented in the brick just a hole where her fist was. And she rips her hand out of the wall. It's not impressively sized. Like, you've definitely seen Wraith put bigger holes in concrete, but it's still sizable enough to make you go, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Seeing that, I think as I speak, I kind of have to drop out of these shadows. I was like, well, damn, you definitely made some people angry up there, Sierra.
Damn,
yeah,
girl.
She whirls on you. Her fangs are fully extended, and her eyes.
I'm like immediate, like arms up, like, hey, no, here. I'm probably shorter than her, and like, you know, very small. I'm like, hey.
And her heels a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the pupils fully explode, and the whites of her eyes are swallowed up by black. She hisses at you. But with your hands immediately up in surrender, she pulls back. Her eyes fade from black back to that very bright green.
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to startle you, but the higher ups of this club don't really like people poking around and stay with wherever they were taking you, or at least they weren't gonna string you up.
Well, I'm not food, so I did not think I was going to get strung up. I have the protection of Elysium. Why are you here, Clyde? Yeah?
Right. Sorry, I don't think we've ever actually been formally introduced. Yeah, Clyde, with the crew that brought you over here. I didn't know where they were taking you, and I don't know all. And yeah, even though the prince said you were given Elysium, which I believe him, others under his control might be less happy about you and your clan joining, so they may have taken that opportunity, regardless of orders.
She nods, and you see her walk toward and lean against the wall, very conveniently hiding the hole that she made with her fist.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
But you've seen it. You saw what happened.
It's all right.
Yes, I am aware that accidents can happen, even with the word of an honest prince. And it seems like until then, I am to be sequestered here until he is ready to deign speak with me.
Thankfully, it was our job to keep you and brother, if he ever shows up, safe.
I doubt he will. Malankov has completely abandoned our reason for being here. He's such a fool.
You are what's most important for your clan's future right now, and I think you know that. And I don't think your brother's actions should at all weigh upon you. I know that they will. And finding him is extremely important to us, especially to me, since him being able to sneak out of the Ares Club is upsetting. That's kind of my job, to know who goes in and out there.
Depending on your staff during the daylight hours, my brother's ghouls are not, they are as gifted as any other ghoul maid are, but their skill comes with removing obstacles, so it is not surprising, even as well defended as your fortress was.
They seem good at their jobs, and there's only so much I can do while not awake, but if you assume you're at least familiar with him and his habits, however
I am
unenthused by them as you might be, and even though it's a new city, do you have any idea of where he might be, what might interest him while being in Chicago?
He's likely gone to find the nearest place to drain a blood whore and then kill any vampire that tries she doesn't say vampire, she does say kindred. It's like any kindred that tries to stop him. It is his way.
So he'll look for confrontation, or at least not be afraid of it.
Well, he likes to rip his food apart after he fucks it, so.
I could guess that by the smell, but yeah. Well, I'm glad, at the very least, that the club and everyone at least saw your face instead of his. I think you sent a much better message. Even with the reaction downstairs, I thought that went better than I first believed.
Understand. I know we do not know each other very well, but from what I have gleaned from conversations with Mr. Shaw, I feel as though asking this of you with the proper compensation would be advantageous for both of our parties. I for Clan Lasombra, and you for your coterie, for whatever goals that you wish to strive for. If you could return my brother to the court, staked but not final death, I would be willing to, you would be the recipient of it because you are here now, but I'd be willing to give a boon to you, Clyde.
That works out best for everyone. I have no desire for Malankov to be running in the streets, nor do I think he should be final death. I'm sure he has some uses still for someone.
Excellent.
To see if we could try to get you out of here, but I think that would probably not be the best idea. And since they haven't threatened to outright kill you yet, I feel like we're safe down here, if that is all right with you to stay.
I mean, do you not have... I mean, the longer Malankov is out not sequestered, the more damage he can be done. If you need my help to escape, I'd be happy to offer.
Trying to ask, no, I believe I'm capable to escape. Was going to ask if you would like to come with me, or if,
I believe
if you want to
it
just
is
stay here.
I believe it is best to stay where the prince knows where I am. Aside from that, I have my own conversations to have with him, and I am likely to bring Mr. Shaw and Miss Seraphima in on these conversations to persuade the prince, seeming that I embarrassed him in front of his court.
It wasn't you that embarrassed him, but it did start some things, and yeah, Donovan and Seraphina are good to have around, so if you wish. And I will, can I escape? Is it like a lock? I'll just quietly go to the door.
Yeah, it is a lock. From what I think it's safe to assume that most of the kindred who come down here, they're here for their day sleep. And from Sierra's appearance, I don't think they thought that she had supernatural strength. So either a very easy application of strength, or if you had a set of like a lockpick or something, this door is super easy to open.
Okay. I have a specialty in breaking in. Does this count as breaking in or breaking out?
You don't even have to roll with your specialty. You're like, this wouldn't even be able to hold like a baby vampire. You basically unlock the door without even looking at it. You close it back, lock it back in place. Like it's almost insulting.
It really is.
This
Okay.
count as breaking in.
Mm-hmm.
She could probably fucking break out of there. Okay, that's fine. All right.
So with that information on you, you're gonna the camera's gonna follow you as you come back up the stairs, kind of shimmying through the bodyguards. Because if they don't notice you, I mean, if you don't touch them, they won't notice you. So,
Right.
we're gonna come to Marcus and Eli as you go ahead and make your roll for your premonition, focusing on the whereabouts of Malenkov. Thank you.
While he's doing his thing, I would like to do my technological buzzing to Clyde.
Okay. So
Our pager / Morse code.
Technology. Your Bane's with a -3 dice penalty.
Okay, so what was that? Technology and what?
Technology intelligence with a -3 dice penalty.
Big yikes.
Got this, man. Just one. Just need one.
Cool. I have down maybe roll 0. Don't I always have to at least roll 1?
Well, you roll it will always roll a hunger dice, even if you have no.
It says dice rolled 0.
It does in fact say 0d10.
It does say 0d10. So, what's your hunger at?
The hunger is at 1.
Okay.
So roll a die.
Yeah, roll a d10 because it has to be your hunger dice because you have no dice pools to be able to roll it.
All right, let this be the 1.
Ah.
Okay,
It was a 1.
Is a bestial failure.
Oh.
Your frustration, because it's a 1 on a blood dice.
Yeah.
Your frustration and being unable to turn on your phone, you snap it in half. And I will say you get a hunger also. Because this one simple fucking thing you are unable to do.
I take out
as the phone is just crumpled in your hands.
I take out my phone.
I hope that doesn't disturb the pythos.
I have my phone and I'm just like holding it out like up here where he can't get it. Do you want me to text somebody?
Clyde.
I'm gonna text Clyde. I'm gonna text Clyde, in one of the private rooms. Gonna try and search for Malenkov via vision. Winky face. Eli. P.S.
So
rates
Clyde,
here too.
So Clyde, you're able to check your phone once you're out of the vicinity of guards and everything. Like you get that text.
The pythos is like a mine. It's like a Eli, but it's also like a picture of like the emoji of a snake, and then like a bunch like the starry-eyed like happy face next to it as well.
Love it. Here for it.
I want to
So
say
Eli,
that
go ahead and
Eli's texting font also is Comic Sans.
Damn it. Okay,
him.
that I hate a lot.
Comic
All right.
Sans for a text font. So Eli, go ahead and roll me that premonition.
All right, I am going to. I'm topped up. I'm ready to go. I'm down to 1 hunger. I'm gonna rouse my wits.
Yes, do it.
It can only get worse.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get
It does
hungrier.
not.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be an extra 2, And that is going to be wits plus discipline plus 2. 4 successes.
4 successes. Excellent. So yeah, you feel yourself, your muscles and your bones relax as your mind opens up to the infinite possibilities of the future. As you focus in on Malenkov and the very brief time that you touched his soul to try and read him, and you are instantly overcome by a tide of blood as it crashes over you, almost drowning you. As you try to swim to the surface, another wave comes crashing over you. Your body starts tumbling over and over. There is so much blood that you can't get your bearings. You finally are able to crash over the surface, and for the first time in a long time since your death, you need to take an inhale to clear the passageway of the thing that you at some times can think of nothing else. It stains your hands and your clothes, and it keeps getting into your eyes. As you are able to finally pull yourself up onto solid ground, you see clusters of people of groups of 5 walk past you. You see it once, twice, 3, 4, 5. You see in kind of that very fast rhythm as these specters that seem so real but have no facial expressions, almost no face entirely. It is specters of red mist coming up from the blood floor all around you in these groups of 5. And this is all that Malenkov knows. What he strives for, what he leaves behind in his wake is blood and just red.
Okay.
You come out of your premonition with the number 5 and the color red and a sea of drowning blood.
Right. The things that were very clear were the number 5, color red, and so much blood. It feels like he's going to go someplace where he can start a bloodbath. That's all he wants. He's barely a person. He's a
Number 5.
rabbit.
The color
animal.
red. And
He's going someplace where he can kill people, obviously.
You all are more than welcome to make an intelligence streetwise to try and pinpoint that. And Clyde, you're opening the door to their kind of private room now.
yeah, that's streetwise.
Eli lounging on
and-
a bed.
I'm going to rouse my intelligence.
Okay.
Where's that button? There's the button.
My health is so bad.
I get hungrier.
That's why you got beefy Wraith. Yep. Make sure to mark that hunger.
Mm-hmm.
Can stand behind Wraith the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Please defend me, sir. My cat is snoring so loud.
What?
That is
What?
0. Why is it so?
Oh,
That-
wait,
that
wait,
seems
it
wrong.
shouldn't. You should, no, yeah, that's wrong.
That seems wrong.
Is your thing still
Definitely.
negative? It says
No.
-3 on it. Are you sure?
I did +2. So
That's weird.
streetwise plus intelligence, which
Why
is
does it say
2 plus
-3?
2. Then I do submit plus 2.
Do you mind if I mess with your
No, you
page
go
for a
right
second
in.
there? See what I can do here. So that's Marcus. And character sheet.
The rouse rolled correctly.
Yeah. Your health isn't down, your willpower is fine, your hunger's there. So let me try clicking it. So investigation, intelligence.
Streetwise. You said
Oh,
streetwise.
sorry. Yeah. So
But if you want to do investigation, I have no problem with that.
streetwise, I will say you're able to use investigation after the streetwise roll.
Fair enough. Trying to figure out where to start looking.
There it goes.
Okay.
All right, you try clicking it now. I'll exit out of your sheet because I just kind of re-clicked like the hunger and humanity to see if it did anything. So see if it does the same thing again for you.
Intelligence plus 2 modifier.
Mm-hmm.
It's Jesse, it's your computer.
I've said this before. Roll 20 hate.
You're cursed.
Okay.
It's I'm a Lasombra.
I'm a fool.
It's starting to come back, yeah.
If anyone
Maybe-
else also wants to make a streetwise as well, I will say, Jesse, with your connections with the police force, you'll be able to get some of this base information depending on what everyone else gets as well, until we can figure out why your sheet is doing this thing.
I just got there, but
Because
can I
I'm a
try it?
Lasombra.
Mm-hmm.
You are Lasombra, yeah.
Yeah, well, you did get information from Sierra that Malenkov will most likely try to find a place where he can get whores to drain, get blood high on, and then
Okay.
pick a fight. So
Now,
of the places, like of Chicago city life that you know where a vampire can do that, I would say that's still an intelligent streetwise roll.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have
Okay.
sorry, real quick. I have a specialty in tracking, but I put that down as like technology, I think, to like pinpoint someone's like location. But I don't know if that would count for Malenkov, since like he
It's
probably
not-
doesn't have
it's
any
not
technology
gonna
on
count
him.
for Malenkov because
Yeah.
he is not going to have technology on him.
Weird. Okay.
You might be able to find him by looking for dead zones.
Fair. He's so opposed to technology.
To
He goes to where there's
clarify-
no cell phone lines.
Yeah,
to
it's
clarify,
like, it's intelligence streetwise?
It's only unfortunately for you personally. Yes, intelligent streetwise. They don't Lasombra don't like, for those of you who are Dresden Files fans, they don't have like a hex that just blasts technology out. You just are on a different frequency of death, and therefore you are weird on technology frequencies.
Like how video cameras can't pick us up.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Or they
it's
pick up,
annoying.
or they pick up
It's
something
annoying
weird.
for us to scan you every time. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's weird.
He
and
probably doesn't have a
distorted.
phone on him. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Well, I'll just
Probably
So
not.
my question is, would I have 2 dots in fame? Would that end my familiarity and my status within the city, within people?
Oh,
Or
100%.
Any information?
You've definitely gone to the seedier clubs for some of your cult
So-
members to pull them out of some of their darker places and bring them
Oh.
toward the light of the Pythos.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
you're fine.
roll it like separately.
Okay.
Just type it in.
hmm
You say that
So
gives me
3d10 for normal, and then 3d10 for my hunger.
You say that gives me like one dot.
yeah. I think two.
How many dots in fame do you have?
I have 2.
You would get your 2.
Yay!
All right.
Second roll is hunger dice.
Yeah, all right. So that would be 3 successes total for you, Jesse.
3.
And 3 successes for Eli. Yeah.
I think I got the highest. Yeah.
So, you know of a couple of places that would be able to kind of provide the service that you require. The most recognizable one is one that clicks in your mind instantly, Eli and Marcus, because it is the club by a young caitiff by the name of what's his name? Bennett Stedman, and his club is Red Number 5.
Red number 5.
Mhm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Do I? Aaron knows what that is. Does Clyde
You do.
know what it is? Okay, cool.
Yeah, you 100% do.
Okay.
It's one of the only other clubs in the North Side that kind of it caters to a more like young people crowd. Not that the Aries Club isn't for the young, but it's for the young who have too much money and too much time on their hands. These are for like college students and people who party too hard. Red number 5 is.
Both Wraith and I open our eyes at the same time. Red number 5.
Red.
Yeah.
The club, the downtown.
Yeah, that's owned by that caitiff.
Ah, that guy. Oh.
Benedict Cumberbatch or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
I saw a lot of blood. Just a lot. He's going to rip
We better
that
get
piece
there
apart.
quick.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you all are able to like easily get a car, put it on Donovan's card, and
Thank you, Daddy.
drive back to the north side to red number 5. And as you pull up to the very popular club, you see something you have not seen before on your many kind of walks perusing through your domain. The club has no line. There's no one outside of it. And it's eerily quiet. But
This is
yeah. But you do see Alexa Santos kind of standing outside of the entrance as you all get out of the car. She does see you, and she just flips you all off.
During which time that we got the car and all that,
Yeah.
would I have been able to procure, some pieces of wood?
I mean, sure, easily enough. I mean, wood is not hard to get.
Yeah. And if I have to even scrape it with my nails to get it to the right point.
And
You are strong enough.
We have the car stop by a Home Depot and we go and take some fencing from outside. That's fine.
It's one of those things where the guy was about to close because it is getting pretty late. You all having these conversations in Elysium, having a conversation with Sierra. It is getting very late in the evening. So when you're pull up to the Home Depot, the guy's just like, really, but we're closing. He's human. You're able to just wipe his mind if necessary. So you have your pieces of wood as you pull up to red number 5 and Alexa Santos and all of her very petite yellow, like highlighter yellow dyed ends of her like dreadlocks. She just flips you off.
I just
wave at her.
Yeah. She's blocking the door. If you guys are trying to go in.
I will approach.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy meeting you here tonight.
That was the weakest fucking line I've ever heard. And I've been alive for a long time. Well, I guess not really.
Mm-hmm. The point is, I need to get inside.
Well, by all means, take a fucking number and wait. And she smiles and kind of gestures her hand to the non-existent line.
Do you
What's going on?
Yeah. Do you know what's going on in there? Do you?
Yeah.
She obviously knows who's in there.
Yeah, I do. It's my job. Why are you 3 here?
Because he was part of our charge.
And he conveniently got away. Now, isn't that interesting? And as she looks at you,
And we are
you
here to
see-
reclaim.
I'm afraid it's kind of out of your hands now. Alexa Santos,
Okay. Sorry, I got cut off line. Okay.
who is the head hound. She has the title of Magnus Canis. She is in charge of all the hounds when Damien is not giving direct orders.
What is your plan? What do you plan to do with him?
Well, right now, our orders are to secure him. But if he resists, I'm really not going to complain.
And I heard that I was told that I need to bring him in alive.
Well, if you feel that's necessary, then by all means, find him first. But I'm not letting you in. And then she, looks at you and tilts her head to the side. Unless you can convince me. And you better make it good. I don't like being insulted.
I'll owe you a boon.
Deal in boons. They get boring. I want your blood.
Shit.
That can be arranged.
Yeah, and she pulls out a vial with a little stopper on it.
Oh, I don't like that.
My hand snaps out, and I grab Wraith's wrist before he can raise it to her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to see if Scry the Soul lets me do. It doesn't do what I want it to do, but I'm gonna try anyways.
Okay.
Because they don't want to lose.
There we go.
No problem. What are you trying to do?
So I want to know what her emotional state is, and if she's committed diablerie within the last year.
And if she's committed diablerie within the last year. Alrighty then. Okay, so what is
rouse? I don't get hungrier.
You don't get hungrier.
It's my intelligence plus my discipline versus her composure plus subterfuge.
Okay, composure and subterfuge, which is.
And I am still roused for intelligence, so.
You are. If I could just.
The scene has not ended yet.
Oh, do you not have subterfuge?
Hot damn!
That is fun. So it'll just be her composure, which.
Oh my
not
god!
Great. Okay, so no.
I think I got a broken wrist.
Yeah, I see it. I'm just gonna roll because who knows? Anything can happen. No modifiers. It does not happen. All right. So that is
a messy crit.
4, 5, 6, 7 successes on a messy crit.
Good night, guys.
Alright.
Stir the pot.
What happens as you kind of peer reading Alexa's aura. One, she is super calm. Her agitation is a front. She is utterly unafraid of Wraith. In fact, she is hoping he does something. You can see bits of sparking excitement in her aura. She has not committed diablerie in the last year.
Oh, thank God.
But you, Eli, I am going to aggravate your clan compulsion as you fall into a seizure. As these flashes of you peer through Alexa's soul and you see a being who is utterly callous and cruel and willing to do any monstrous act for the will of Kevin Jackson. She is, in the purest sense, his best hound. She will kill, tear, and eat anyone he says, and she thrives in it. And it's not the gore and the mayhem, it's the death she revels in. She almost worships it. And the unexpected that you spot is that you can see tendrils of oblivion seeping out of her aura.
As in,
she has touched something with oblivion, or knows a significant, perhaps a significant amount of it. And I think you, with this also, as you kind of fall into a seizure, you all see Eli's eyes roll into the back of his head. His body starts convulsing as he is no longer in control of it. Alexa Santos, with that, you know that her Malkavian compulsion is that she finds beauty in death. So you are able to see that on her soul, that people are the most beautiful when they are dying.
Okay. So, Eli, his eyes roll back, and his eyes just like start rapidly just ticking back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
And is like kind of swaying on his feet and like tilting to one side.
Yeah, Marcus, you feel Eli's hand kind of reflexively flex and grip onto you. It doesn't hurt. Eli is not, even though all kindred are stronger than humans, there are some that level in strengths, but Eli's grip is vice on your arm as you turn and see that he's fallen into a seizure.
Me and my one strength. Is there
Alexa,
there's not really a hard and fast rule for how long I'm in this, is there?
It's not. It will be a roll of, I'm going to say that because it is your beast, it is going to be a roll of your humanity, unless one of your clanmates has an ability that will calm you down. But your beast is equal parts striving to get more information out of Alexa, desperate to read her soul, but the truth of it racks your mind in overlaying voices of every other soul that you've read. Alexa's voice kind of weaving the tale of her story in your head as you perceive this vision. And you think for a moment that if your jaw wasn't locked shut, it would become almost be another force of will to keep from spilling out those secrets, which would be another problem in itself. As you are kind of locked within your own mind, these visions flashing before you. So I'm going to need you to roll your humanity.
I am going to take his hand, or his wrist, and pry his hand off of me, but still hold on to his wrist so he doesn't completely fall.
Gotcha.
2.
Yeah. So 2 is enough. As you are able to come down from this intense experience of truly reading what a soul is, or what's left of it in this wayward point that immortals find. And you see there are blood tears coming out of the side of your eyes, Eli. Well, your coterie mates see it as you come out of your vision. You feel the taste of vitae. You bit your tongue.
I will hold on to his hand and have my other hand supporting his back. Like, come on, buddy. Come on.
Does Alexa just look wholly unimpressed?
No, Alexa looks at you and there is a momentary flash. You're so sensitive to her awareness now. I think those lingering effects that you see a genuine kinship in her eyes and a sorrow, because there are some whose madness that people have embraced, and there are some that it overtakes them. And she's in those meetings just like you are with Jason. Yeah. So there's a moment that you feel like you can connect, but she shuts it off. You were just very aware of it because you know her soul.
I just kind of spit some blood out of my mouth and onto the pavement. Just, oh, but how are you going to see how beautiful it is what he does if you're out here?
Yeah,
you didn't have the vision. You didn't see the packs of people going to and from the club and the rivers of blood that he's going to. drown this club with. He's a rabid fox that's been let into a hen house, and if you stay out here, you're going to miss every single person that he kills.
Go ahead and make me a manipulation persuasion. And go ahead and add your points and aspects as bonus dice.
Is 3. Manipulation, persuasion.
Oh, you are on a fucking roll. I love it. Yeah,
Wow.
you see her stare at you, and the realization, I think, of what you've done kind of dawns on her. And she pops her jaw, and she says, in a much different tone now, less not agitated isn't the word, less confrontational. And she gets a very dreamy look in her eyes, kind of not focusing on anything. She says, I know, but we all have our roles to play. And I'm sure I'll get to see the beautiful portrait he makes eventually. My price still stands, Wraith. The 3 of you can go in if you give me your blood.
He will pull up his, make sure that the Pythos is able to stand on his own, of course, before releasing him. Or looking to Clyde.
I'll hold on to Eli. Yeah, like, gotcha. I'll help stabilize. Okay.
You dumb motherfucker.
It's okay.
Oblivion has already touched her. You can't see it.
No. I can feel it.
Be happy, Elias, that this is my price. I would have asked for all 3 of you to give me your blood to let you pass.
There's nothing that I have that you.
And I will hold out my arm.
Okay.
After rolling up my sleeve.
Yeah. She is going to take your arm, and she's going to kind of score her fang against your arm, and you get just a slight flash of the ecstasy that is the kiss. As she opens your skin and wills the vitae to flow to fill up the vial, and then she licks your arm to close the wound, pockets the vial, and moves aside.
I will then draw out my 2 stakes that I've collected.
Mm-hmm.
If they want some, they can have some too, because we did stop by Home Depot.
You did.
Okay.
And I will proceed to enter.
Yeah. As you
Go.
enter inside, you see the aftermath of someone being in here. There are people in uniforms scrubbing the floor. As it's a very, for us humans, it's a very unpleasant sight of a dead body, neck fully twisted with such force that you see it looks like kind of a rag that's been wrung out very roughly. The scintillating colors of the square dance floor are still flashing as custodians are swirling the blood with soap. And unfortunately, you 3 aren't people. You are monsters. And that blood is delicious. None of you, I think, are at a hunger to want to go lick up soapy blood water. But
good.
The damage has been done here. The blood that marks this floor, the dead body that's there. You're not even sure if that's the only dead body. But you all do see the door alongside this long, massive bar that's kind of open. It looks like it's a back door exit. It's kind of propped open, and you see a young man of mixed heritage. It's very hard to place his ethnicity, but he has, like, his shirt looks like it was torn and burned a bit, and you see there's blood on his shirt, and he looks like he looks pale, more like he is beyond death corpse pale, but looks like he's been terrified, and he's kind of staring out into the empty street where this door leads up to. And you all do know that is Bennett Stedman. Doesn't look like Malenkov is here now, but he was, and he left damage in his wake.
All right, I will put away the stakes.
Yeah.
I'll pull out my badge to the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Bennett. Hey.
Yeah, he blinks. And Bennett, you all now realize, is really young. He dresses, what you've seen him before, he is an obnoxious son of a bitch who really, when you all are with Donovan, he gives Donovan shit every single time. And you all know he's young. He's maybe only about a year old. But he has the swagger of someone who has a lot more fame than he actually does. But in this moment, he looks like a very young man who has been terrified out of his life. Yeah, he's like, what the fuck? Get your fucking fingers out of my face. Yeah, get your fucking fingers out of my face, dude. What the fuck?
I need to know where he went. Where did he go?
I don't fucking know. He staked me. And as he screams that, kind of coming out of the parking lot, you see a cherry red Chevrolet, the top down, and striding out of the car, you see a exquisitely tall female with masculine features, a very sharp jawline, broader shoulders, with a floor-length black deep-cut gown that has crystal beadings on it. Her skin is this deep burnished copper color, and her hair defies gravity in the style that she's put it in. The large afro that extends in massive volumes. As she comes up, and she's... Wraith, how tall are you?
I believe I was 5. Just double check. Damn it. I think it was 6'1".
Okay, she is as tall as you are.
Yeah.
I have to look up to her.
She moves with such grace that the crystal beading all along her dress should make noise when she moves, but they don't. As she comes up, she puts a hand on Bennett's shoulder, and she says, "Baby, why don't you go upstairs? I'll take care of this." And he nods and then walks away. And she looks at all of you. She's like, "I apologize for Bennett's attitude. He's been through a lot tonight."
Yes, he has. Do you know of anything that went down?
I do. That kindred is something that I've seen for... I haven't seen in a while, but when I was young, I used to run with it. People like him. He came in, demanded to be fed, and as always, we accommodate the wayward and the lost. And then he just tore into that poor, poor boy. We tried to cover up as best as we could, but I think that was the first time I saw someone feed and it brought their prey pain. And she shivers like she still remembers it, and you see her very quickly kind of brush away a blood tear. And it doesn't compel you all, but there is a moment where you're just like, you want her to be okay. But it doesn't compel you to do so. and she's like, I convinced him to go to this place. It's called the Glory Pit. I suggested it as a way to get him away from here, but perhaps that wasn't the best thing that I could have done.
Thank you. Now it's time for me to do a roll to see about if I know what the glory
do we
pit
know what
is.
this is?
Yeah, I will say this is another. You can use charisma streetwise or intelligence streetwise.
Well, since my intelligence is still roused,
Yeah.
let's see if it works this time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm inside. I think I'm still, like, by the door, just kind of swaying gently,
Still 0, man. Damn.
Still 0. Okay.
watching Alexa Santos.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just have to do it the hard way.
Might have to go in through roll 20. All right, that's 2 successes. Excellently done. Yeah, you have heard of the Glory Pit. It is and I think how you know it is because a lot of, not a lot, but one of the cops that you were able to pull into kind of your sphere when you were a human frequented here a lot. It's a BDSM brothel, basically. It's pretty hard to find if you don't know what to look for, but so I'll say, Wraith, you haven't been there personally, but if you kind of like take a moment to rethink your past police reports, you can maybe find exactly where it is, because it is a lot of things that this business kind of promotes are super illegal in Chicago. But it's a good place to get leverage on people. It's a good place to definitely blackmail people if you find them here. So yeah, you know the Glory Pit and where it is.
Okay. Follow me.
Okay.
Before I'm gonna ask, like, how long ago was he here and everything? Like, see if we can get more details.
I would say maybe an hour
Assume.
since he's left.
Did he have anyone else with him, by chance?
He had 2 ghouls.
There it goes. Okay. Thank you. We'll do our best to make sure he doesn't do this to anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She nods and follows you out. And Eli, this is your first time seeing this woman as she's following Marcus and Clyde out the front door.
Stunning,
And-
beautiful, perfect.
Yeah, she walks up to you as you're kind of reeling from your experience, and she puts her hand on your face. And she says, "You poor sweet thing, burdened by so much."
What?
And she smiles, and it is the most beautiful smile you've seen. It'd probably be the closest approximate to what the feeling you would get when the sunrise happened again. My name's Erzuli. And if you ever need anything that others can't provide for you, you're welcome here.
I feel like there must be some sort of catch from someone this beautiful.
If that is the unfortunate way of how you've lived, I'm sorry for that. There's no catch.
Perhaps. Maybe. Sometime.
All right. I'll be waiting. You hear Alexa snort as you hear the heavy footfalls of her boots hit pavement as she's leaving.
Yeah. I turned to her very quickly. And said, I see you, Hound. I know you.
Perhaps you don't look too closely, Eli. You wouldn't want your eyes ripped out. And she disappears from your view as you're looking at her.
You know, I think she likes me.
What gave you that idea?
Yeah, Eli, I think she
I
does.
think I might have a real chance there.
Yeah. It's good, man. Good for you.
Well, at least she wants me for something.
I am going to have to do more research. I might have to go and talk with a friend. I might have to. Do you know what... Do you know the things that your blood can be used for? At all? Are you at all familiar with blood sorcery?
No, I am not.
I am going to have
And if we had just waited a few more moments, Zuli, I think it was, would have been there to let us in.
I am going to have a conversation with Dr. Clay. Oh, the damage is done.
Yes.
Seizures, stupid.
Indeed it is. So, why don't we use what we have then and
moving.
head off? Yeah.
You all travel through, looking at your watches and perspective clocks as dawn is ever creeping closer. As
Got to
it
get
seems
him.
like as you narrow down onto your target, you come to a very unassuming brick building on the west side. And it is a very quick departure to the lavishness of your own domain. The sidewalk is cracked open. The buildings are covered in graffiti of varying degrees of age and fadedness. As you enter inside the building, going immediately down the stairs, you see kind of placed haphazardly in the window as you descend down, a red neon light sign flickers on and off, pulsating, that says, "Come in and play." As you open the door, you are greeted into a very small room that has a small bar and a couple of gambling tables. There is a man that walks up to you. He looks to be about in his mid-30s. And he's wearing Ashes Watch jeans, and he has a soul patch. As he comes up to you, and he looks high out of his mind. His eyes really aren't focused in on you, and he seems to be just not there. But he asks, he's like, "All right, what's your drink? What's your game?"
Information.
Yeah, he raises an eyebrow at you. I mean, if you're here and you need information on how to play cards, you might be in the wrong place, friend.
No, we're looking for a previous attendee, if you will.
A lot of people come in here. I mean, you know, rub shoulders, lay down money, you know.
I start shuffling in my pockets for money.
Mm-hmm.
Take out one of Donovan's billfolds.
Yeah.
From the time
Couple hundred. There we go.
Give me an estimate of how much of a billfold that Donovan
would have.
Yeah.
I think
you know he has like 5 in wealth, so an obscene number would not be out of reach.
I think that him going out for a night on the town with Elysium would probably go out with like $3,000 at least in cash, along with his cards.
So how much money do you give to this very still clearly high individual?
500.
Yeah, he just looks at you, he's like, fuck, who y'all looking for?
Yeah.
Old.
And came
Disgusting.
in here, beard, smelly, might have been with 2 other
Bad
guys. Weird, icy stare.
Russian dudes?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know them. They gave me something really good, and I loved it. Do you guys have that at all? It was really sweet. They like put something in my mouth. It was
No,
real good.
you tell us where they are, I bet we can get you some more. We're pretty tight with them.
I mean, yeah, thanks for the money. This is mine now. But,
Yeah, sure. That's yours.
If you go through any points past, like, there's another set of doors that are past, like, the gambling tables that he points you to. Don't tell anyone I sent you. We're supposed to be in. He's so high.
This is a doctor's office. Patient confidentiality is everything. I trust you implicitly. Don't worry.
You get it. But yeah, you have a direction that you, I guess, are able to go down to.
And I will immediately storm that direction.
Real quick, Rave. Okay, let's clarify. So we're going to leave it on you to mostly take care of Mountain Cove. If there are the ghouls there, I'll try to handle them, keep them off your back, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I have that gun, right? You've got a gun right now. Do you?
Donovan did.
Donovan gave you one.
Donovan did give me a gun. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I look at the gun.
Okay. I take the gun. I make sure the safety's off.
Yep.
I feel like Eli wouldn't know that.
No one seems to bat an eyelash. Y'all are very. You just threw down $500 and pulling out guns. People are not looking at you. Yeah. They're just like, not my business.
I want to be very clear, as I do know how guns work. You know, I've used guns before. I just don't know what this one specifically is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
I believe you said so inside the Discord chat.
Clyde, I have a 1 in firearms.
You have a 1 in firearms.
I know what a gun works. I know what a gun is.
I'm just making sure.
I know how to gun. Thank you very
much.
Know
how to gun.
I know how to gun.
I know you do. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, but as you
all been through a lot today, okay?
Yeah, as you all pass through the doors, you see a stop. There we go. Yeah, you see you see another small bar in kind of a boudoir kind of showroom. You see a guy in a bathrobe at the bar, and you see 2 other individuals kind of trying to peel out of these leather BDSM outfits. They look terrified, and one of them has a very large gash on their arm that looks like a claw mark ripped through it, and they're trying to like get out of their BDM and their heels, and they look freaked out.
Where?
Yeah, they point. There's like, if someone doesn't do anything about the screaming, someone's gonna call the cops. We gotta get the fuck out of here. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
I just pull out my badge, flash it, and then put it away as I head toward the direction they indicated.
They immediately pale and forget how to get out because they are also doing illegal things and don't want to be arrested. All right. As you go down the hall, you see the only door in this hall looks to be a steel door that is bolted in here, seemingly for privacy, but unfortunately now seems to be a trap, not a trap, but a cage for who's ever inside.
Real quick, I turn to Clyde. Mm-hmm. I need you to message the captain. You know who I'm talking about. Tell him not to take any calls from this location or about this location. Tell him Marcus said so.
Okay, yeah.
So, clarify, you want to make sure that they do not respond to calls here?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll text him
until I clear it.
Yes, I will. I was going to say from Marcus's number, but you don't have a phone anymore, so I guess I will just text him.
Yep.
Sure.
And give him my old badge number, because that's how he would confirm it.
Well, I will do that, yeah.
Yeah, no problem. The message is sent through. You just get an affirmative from the other line. So how would you all like to deal with this door that seems to be magnetized to be closed?
Question.
Yeah.
How does the floor look?
Are you asking to punch the floor through? Because you are underground, so there will just be more ground underneath the floor.
Or maybe even
is there bloody?
And around.
Up and around?
Punch the ceiling out. Come in through the ceiling of the next.
Okay. So there is a building on top of this floor. You guys descended down into this floor. So you'd be able to punch through up. but you're not sure what the structure of the actual room you're trying to get into is. So if you're wanting to take that chance, you could, but the door itself, knowing your strength and knowing one of you also has lockpicks, you do not have to go to that extreme. I do not want to deny that to you, but you do not know.
I'm just getting my options.
I gotcha. Yeah, you do not know you do not know what the walls and the ceilings of this private room is made out of. You know what the building above you is. It's just wood and brick and like foundation.
Would I assume that larceny would get me in? Or has a chance to?
Larceny for sure has a chance to get you in.
Let's compare, Clyde.
Well, my plan was using my one specialty and break-in and everything to see if like I can find the this door is obviously magnetized. If I can find like what powers it, I can turn that off and we can just open the door too. But
yeah, it looks like each door has its own like override that you're able to do. That way, in case of emergencies, people are able to override the lock so that people aren't like burning to death inside.
Right, I will walk back out, grab the guy that was in the bathrobes and the two people.
Yeah. The two people in BDSM, they're gone.
I'm going to look at the guy in the bathrooms. What's the override for the door?
I don't know, dude. I just fuck here. I don't work here or anything.
Where are the people that work here?
I don't know. Ask the host up front. Do I look like I work here?
I just stare at him blankly for a second.
Yeah, he looks like he's just in a bathrobe. He's kind of like, now that you're staring at him, his confidence is kind of like, what the fuck did I just say? But I also very clearly don't work. He's very like, I should have not had said anything.
I just fuck here. I don't work here.
Yeah, right. While Wraith, you've left to go look for someone to try and override the door. Clyde, you can make a larceny. It would be dexterity larceny.
Okay. Can I use my break-in specialty?
You can.
Can I do something while Clyde is just Clyde is hacking. I would like to just sort of sit down on the ground in front of the door and just take a bite of my own wrist, and I'm just going to start drawing in blood on the floor, and I'm going to ward against ghouls on the floor here.
I'm just like, yeah, this is normal, and I keep going about my thing. Yeah.
So I do believe, I'm double checking to make sure, because I believe wards take time. They are a ritual.
So here, I'll say that like it doesn't say how much time is the thing.
Okay. It just says, does it say like where is blood sorcery rituals?
So it says that there is nothing in here about time.
Okay.
Sure, it consists of a glyph or line of script keyed to repel a single type of supernatural called the trespasser. They don't work on forced contact. They can cover a space about a meter across. Caster pours their blood on the object to be warded, tracing the glyph in it with their bare finger. Once the caster wipes the blood off, there's
nothing about time.
There's literally nothing in here about time.
Yeah.
I think there's ones that like
that obviously require time. Yeah. So
like
ward
craft
against ghoul,
bloodstone obviously requires time, but I think things like clinging of the insect and blood walk are ones that are intended to be
just
done.
require.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just require rituals. All right. Yeah. So I will say, yeah. So what are you just marking the symbol in front of the door?
Yeah, because if the ghouls come out, I want them to have a
understood
a surprise. So it says I make my ritual roll the first time a trespasser touches the ward.
All right. Yes, and it's also you need to make arouse checks worth of blood to create the ward.
Computer, please. Please. Computer. I get hungry.
Okay. You get hungry. So, excellent. As you draw the symbols in your blood as it pulls from your wrist, you willing the vitae, Clyde, you hear a very satisfying, very much like a hotel room when the key card goes through, that click.
That's so nice every time.
It's a real nice click. And the door opens, and the wave of blood, the scent of it is, in your human lives, it is the equivalent of, all right, everyone knows the smell of when like chopped onions hit a pan that's been buttered.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's such a good smell.
Kind of fills the room.
Like garlic.
Yeah, that is what that equivalent is, as this aroma of blood hits both of your noses. Wraith, you're a little bit too far away. Are you making your way to the host that you saw?
I just went to the main door and was confronting the other guy. Yeah. I didn't actually leave the hallway. Okay. I just stepped partially through, still in the door.
Gotcha. Understood. So you're able to see Clyde has opened the door. Are any of you above at or have more than hunger 3?
No.
Hunger 3, exact.
Do you?
Exact hunger 3.
Oh, no.
3. So anyone at hunger 3, please make me a frenzy roll.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
I can do this.
Power.
If this works.
It's gonna be all zeros again, isn't it?
Oh, probably.
This motherfucker.
I hope not.
Oh, it wasn't. It
Very
worked.
nice.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it takes a willpower beyond yourself as you all peer into the room, and you see it's a very large room, but the paper lamp and the ceiling fan that's slowly rotating, every rotation of the fan, a thick, fat glob of blood streaks across the already soaked walls. There are arterial sprays torn across that make it look like a abstract painting. And you see that because of how the blood is streamed over the lamps, the paper lanterns, it gives the room a very eerie red glow. There are candles that are lit up on some of the dressers and the vanity, and also on sconces where you see a rack of BDSM toys are weighted, each dripping very heavily with blood. And you see on the bed, in behind what can only be described as a pile of meat, as there is so much concentrated blood in this one spot that it looks black and still very wet. Malenkov sits there bare-chested, his beard sticky and black, his facade of being a human gone as he pulls out a cigarette from his mouth, exhaling. Seeing you all, who reaches forward and pulls with a very disgusting sound an arm from the pile and tosses it at you all in the hallway. Spreading his arms out wide, he says, "There's more than enough for the Camarillus bitches. Please come. I offer you a seat at my table." He looks beyond blood drunk. Do you all go in?
Are we going in?
I will approach.
I want to, like, kind of look in, and do I see his goons anywhere?
Yeah, they are in their suits, but they are also covered head to toe in blood. And they seem to be passing a joint between them, and across one of them on their lap is a recently used machete. And you also see kind of what they're using as a footrest is a torso.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go in, and as soon as we're all in, close the door behind us.
Yeah.
And
It is. All of you are not at a point of hunger to where you have to roll again, and Wraith, you were able to succeed.
I am going to partake because he offered.
Okay. You pick up the arm. It looks very thin and dainty, like it was someone very young, not like a grown woman, but still probably in the prime of her life.
Like an 18-year-old or something.
Yeah. You
18 to 21.
Yeah. You tip the arm open where the exposed muscle and bone are, and the blood, it's not enough to satiate you, but it's just enough to tease the beast. Malenkov puts his cigarette out in the pool of blood that's gathered on the bed as he kind of tilts his head back and laughs very cruelly. He's like, "This is what happens when you invite the Sabbat into your city.
Yes.
And this is the glory that awaits you. But you..."
And glorious it is. I've been meaning to talk with you about this, actually. You see, I'm kind of tired of the Camarilla and their ways as well.
Go ahead
And I would like to see it come to fruition, if you will.
Go ahead and definitely that is subterfuge, because I should say, are you lying, Jesse?
Yeah.
Then it is subterfuge, and I think it's
Manipulation.
going to be manipulation, yeah.
I will rouse my manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. This could be bad. Yep, it's bad.
You get hungrier. The taste of that blood just made your beast growl in the deepest part of you, and you want more. So go ahead and mark your hunger up, which is now at 4.
I did.
Yep.
And now my subterfuge roll.
Yeah.
Subterfuge.
Subterfuge.
And let's hope it gives me correct, but I doubt it will.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'll have to ask how to fix this on.
Why?
So, my hunger is 4.
Yeah.
My manipulation is now 4.
Mm-hmm.
My subterfuge is 0.
Then you would be rolling 4 hunger.
4 hunger dice. Okay,
Only
yep, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
It would be 4 and 4, right? 8 total?
No. The hunger
just be
dice
4.
the hunger dice replaces black dice.
Mm-hmm.
So with his manipulation at 4 and his hunger dice at 4,
okay.
that is 3 successes.
Not bad.
That is not enough to convince Malenkov, and you cannot re-roll hunger dice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not like I would want to. I only have 1 willpower left, and I think I'm going to need that against him.
Understood. He shakes his head, and he says, "I wish that were true, brother. But perhaps this is something I need to show you." And you see from underneath the bed the loose pieces of meat, the shadows pulling from his ghouls, the room starts to darken. And we are going to go into a fucking fight.
And I will roll the stakes.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no,
Alrighty.
I will not pull the stakes. I will stand there and... So, how do we do the initiative again?
All right, so normally it is based off of like if it goes off of from whoever has if they have any disciplines and celerity, they would be the ones to go first. But I usually, for streamlessness sake, we go by like whoever has the higher dexterity.
Oh, okay.
So Malinkov has a dexterity of 4.
So do I.
Nice. And I always say that ties go to the protagonist. So your guys is as a group, you all will get to go first. So we'll start with Clyde.
Cool. I would say that I've had my gun like out and like
I understand.
ready for him. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Clyde, you're up. You have your gun trained on you. Malinkov seems to be pulling the shadows and darkening the room. It's probably going to be... You're probably going to lose visibility if you don't take your shots now.
I'm gonna try to shoot him first, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I have firearms. Do I... That and what else?
It'll be either dexterity and firearms or composure and firearms.
Dex for mine, yeah.
He himself does not wish to get shot.
Oh, that's bad.
Ooh, that is
It's the third one I've rolled, like just straight zeros.
Double
Oof.
zeros. Yeah.
Fuck.
You as you pull the trigger firing, you see you see Malinkov reaches into the meat pile, pulls back, and looks like the corpse of one of the individuals he had almost ripped apart, and the bullets hit into the corpse, and he just tosses it on the ground. You see it kind of sink into the carpet where it's still wet on blood. So that's unfortunately your turn. Yeah, you can kind of take cover. There's a silk screen that kind of divides the room. It looks like there might be a changing area. You can dive back there. There's
I'd like to get down for now.
Yeah, no problem. So you quickly just kind of scramble across the room. Your boots are getting sticky of the blood as you dive behind like the parting screen, trying to get behind it. So Eli or Marcus, which one of you would like to go next?
Marcus, what's your dex?
3.
Okay, you go first then. Mine's 2.
All right. Well, I don't know if it costs an action, but I am going to activate Eyes of the Beast.
Okay. Yeah, no, Eyes of the Beast does not, they can just activate as you open your eyes, and from the black, you have bright ruby red, and you kind of have to squint a little bit against, like, the flickering candlelight, as you are not impeded at all by the growing darkness.
Nice.
I love it too. I am going to charge him.
Okay.
And what happens if you get to Hunger 5?
If you get to Hunger 5, you go into a hunger frenzy, and the only thing you care about is
feeding.
Is feeding.
That might actually be a good thing here.
Fancy that. I
think we want
blood in him.
We want Malinkov alive to come back. Oh.
Yeah. This is true.
You were told by the hounds, who got the order from the prince, and then Clyde.
That we want him alive.
Yeah, you have a boon on the line with Sierra to bring him also alive.
All right.
And you know the sun is coming up, so you are all at a press for time right now. Touch of Oblivion. Okay. So, I'm going to need a rouse check.
Yeah.
And you're going to need to make a...
Strength and Brawl.
Strength and Brawl against his... As he's going to make a dex brawl.
Yes.
Okay.
You
Okay.
do not get hungrier. Yeah, he's gonna try and make a dex brawl. He gets a bonus dice for against Kindred to try
do I.
and just get out of your thing. So
So
he's gonna spend a willpower.
make-
There it is. So 3, 4, 5. He has 5 successes.
Okay.
So that is the number you have to beat.
And I have a thing against versus Kindred as well.
So you'll get 1 bonus, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully it works.
Mm-hmm.
And my Lasombra thing doesn't mess with me. Let's see here, just to be on the safe side checking. Yes, okay.
Nope.
No.
Alright, so that would be...
Roll 20, why you do this?
It's
Why you be
something-
like this,
it's
roll 20?
something
Why?
Specific to Jesse's computer, I think.
Maybe. So the first 4 are normal, the second 4 are hunger.
So you have 4 dice total in your pool.
No, I have 8 dice.
You have 8 dice. Okay.
Total.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. No.
Wow, that is crap.
Yeah. You.
I will use that willpower. No, because I can only reroll 3, and it wouldn't make a difference.
Mm-hmm. So you try to reach out and grab him, but you slip on a piece of ichor, and he's able to use your misfooting to move to kind of jump and roll over the bed as you kind of crash into the wall. You see for a second the flame candle wobble and then stay about stationary because you did not critically fail, so you do not knock over a candle to start a fire in this very... With 4 Kindred in here, the space is starting to get...
I would assume that all the blood would put the candle out.
No, the blood is not on... They did not drape the blood on the candle. It's ambiance. They just got it everywhere.
Wait, so why did you roll d4s instead of d10s again?
What? Oh crap!
Well, look at that. Well, let's roll. Let's make those...
Okay, I was like, what's that?
Thank you.
I didn't even see that. Thank you very much. This could be a completely different story. Or nope. Wait, 1 success.
Okay.
So the narrative still plays out. But thank you for catching that. No, you caught it and it was great before we got too far. So you kind of crash into the wall. The force of you propelling yourself hits the wall, wobbles a candle, but it doesn't fall over as Malenkov kind of rolled over the bed, a new layer of blood on his exposed skin as his fangs still extended out now as he is ready to fight. Eli, what are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot the ghouls.
Okay.
Good idea.
Yeah. No, take a shot.
Do it.
So this is composure firearms, I believe.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Didn't know you could use composure with firearms.
That's the shooting part.
Yeah. You can either take the time in a situation to use your composure to take the time to fire, or you can go on straight gung fu reflexes.
Yeah. I will rouse my composure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get hungry.
Nice. All right. They roll 3, 4.
It's 1 success.
1 success. So they can only roll basically.
So I will use a willpower reroll before you go any further to reroll 3 because I want to kill one of them dead immediately.
You can only reroll 2.
No problem. Yeah, because you have 2. You have 2 dice right now.
Yeah, but also have none. Okay, still 1. I never succeed on willpowers. Yeah, I don't know why I bother.
Okay, yeah, no problem. All right. They're not wearing like body armor or anything, so if they fail, because they only They can only roll 5 dice, because they're ghouls, but they're still mortal. So we'll see what they get. They did roll 2.
Wasn't
So-
there something about them not being able to dodge bullets unless they have...
You are so right. Unless they
Celerity?
they need a so it
Also,
would
they're
be at a minus
also
2.
they're high.
They're super high. That already plays into their
Okay,
kind
good.
of current stats because they also have Malenkov's blood in them. So
Yeah.
their sluggishness is not an issue, but they're not super fast. Thank you very much for that. Even with a minus 2, I believe it still did it. Yeah, even with a minus 2, they're still able to kind of get over 1. They're able to duck and cover just in time.
My
Alrighty.
trash under the wall probably sent them moving.
Alrighty. So, Malenkov's turn. The room completely envelops in darkness. Marcus, you are not hindered by this at all, and neither is Malenkov, as you see his eyes are pitch black. He is going to pick up a severed arm and beat you with it.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So
He wants to play this game.
that's going to be a strength melee, and he's going to add his potence to it. So he'll need to rouse. He has no hunger right now because he is full.
Yeah.
But not anymore. So he'll get to add, I believe, 3 to the damage. So nothing to this right now. All right, so
What's the damage modifier for a severed arm? Asking for a
I think it'd
question.
be like a +1.
I think it's a +1.
Yeah. Because it's not really made to beat people, and
It's not
Kinda
made to beat
wibbly
people.
wobbly.
It's not like a club, you know?
Yeah.
A human arm can only
Fleshy,
take too much.
It's fleshy. He's just putting the power of super strength behind it.
yeah.
And it looks epic as hell, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, pitiful. Another willpower. I have
Glad to know they're doing as badly as I feel like we are in this session, too.
Ugh.
Right.
There it is.
For
Okay,
Eli,
that's
he's on
4.
fire for some reason.
Okay.
Not useful here,
5.
buds.
So that's 5 successes.
I will
And-
block with my brawling.
Okay.
And strength. And submit. And of course it rolls. Holy crap, it actually rolled properly.
Fuck!
Okay. So
And
that
holy
is-
shit.
Okay, so that's
Oh.
Do you take the arm from him and hit him with it?
6.
Holy
So that's
shit.
6 successes. Along
With
with
a messy crit.
a messy crit.
Honestly, in combat, I mean, like,
This is where you would prefer the messy crits.
Yeah.
to be real,
So
yeah.
I'm definitely going to say what makes the most sense to me. There's nothing really on the list of messy criticals that would apply here because you've definitely closed the door and sequestered yourself. So, I'm going to say that this will allow you to not only block his block his attack, but also because you've gotten so many successes. Let's see, that's 5. That's 4, 5,
Many.
6.
That's right, I forgot to add one die
7.
because I'm versus
Yeah,
Kindred.
go ahead and roll one more. So that's so he only got 5, so that's 2 that you can give back, and then one more for. Okay. So you're able to do 2 superficial damage to him, and I will say what would be a good one for a messy crit? If anyone has any suggestions, I'm also open for that.
I also
Like,
have potence.
Does he grab the arm and it flies off and like hits one of us in the face instead?
Oh,
or
no.
something?
If that were, I would say if that were like a bestial failure, maybe.
Okay, that's
But
all
this is a
extreme.
messy crit. The beast has succeeded to an exponential way. You do have you would have to have activated potence before your roll. We're kind of resolving it right now. So on your next turn, you'll be able to activate
What
your potence.
is a,
He's
what is
gonna
a good way?
maybe shoot us in
It
the foot, but maybe like he
doesn't
goes up in
say
hunger
I
and like
have to
beast comes out.
activate it.
That's That's pretty bad, though.
It's passive.
That
lethal
you
body.
add. Let me double check. Potent.
I can put it in this chat for you.
Well, I have a. Okay.
So
He's not
you
mortal.
haven't activated potence, you just have lethal body.
Yeah.
But
He's also not mortal.
Okay.
So lethal body does not apply for him. Let me double check though, so that
I figured it would do like at least lethal to him or something.
No, he's not mortal. He is immortal. And that is the difference. So against his ghouls, you would for sure give them grievous injury.
I mean, the standard would be having him make a rage frenzy check, wouldn't it?
For what exactly?
For a messy crit.
Messy crit.
If he was, I believe, if he was a
Bruja or something.
If he was a Bruja, it would be that. I'm just double checking for. Why can I no longer find where the disciplines are?
Google
But
search.
here we are. Potence.
Okay, Google search. Interesting messy crits.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So prowess does
Messy
require a rouse check,
crits.
and you would have, because we've already resolved the result of your roll. You cannot add it now.
I can't activate it on his turn.
No. So once we resolve this, you'll be able to activate it on your turn before you make an attack roll. I'm trying to see. I think, you know what I'll do? Because you were trying to activate Oblivion Touch before, I will say, because this is a messy crit, you're able to get it off on him on this return attack. You see your claws extend farther than they ever have, and your entire hand almost turns into black. It almost turns flat for a split second, two-dimensional, as you rake across his midsection, almost opening up his stomach. So that will give him 2 aggravated wounds. Oof. Already off the bat. Very nice.
Your beast
So-
is pissed the fuck off.
Yeah, that was Malinkov's turn, and he got the shit ripped out of him. All right,
So
the
fun when it's
ghouls.
their turn, we beat them up. Okay.
It's great.
I
So
love
the
it.
ghouls are going to try and hit you two that are currently unable to. They do have the ability to see in the dark.
Damn it.
So they have melee, dex and melee. As they pull off, they pick up one of their knives and try to plunge it in your back. One of the ghouls tries to plunge it in your back. I will also say he has to concentrate. Ooh, because it was a messy crit, also doubling down on the aggravated damage you just took. He was not able to fully shroud the room in darkness. He had to concentrate on that.
Ooh,
And
okay.
getting ripped, your stomach ripped into, hard to concentrate. All right. So
Nice.
this
Yeah,
first
crippling
ghoul,
injury.
this
Holy
first
shit, nice.
ghoul, his intestines are kind of sliding out, but he doesn't need them, so it doesn't hinder him too much. But it's annoying.
Those will
He
just
might
grow
have some
back overnight.
he might have
Gross.
some
Yeah, he doesn't
difficulty
like it.
running because he might have to trip over. He may have to make a choice. Do I rip out my lower intestine or do I try to run?
It's a toss-up, you know? It's
toss-up.
really hard
So
sometimes.
this first ghoul's
you have to
coming
make
toward
that
you,
decision every
Eli.
single morning.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's 4, 5, 6. That's 6 successes.
I mean, he's gonna stab me.
Yeah. Do you have no way to avoid?
I don't have anything in brawl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything. My dexterity is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Prowess, or not prowess, premonition, one of the things that it says that it can do is visions can nudge the vampire out of harm's way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will
So
say
is that
because
something that applies?
yeah, I would say instead of your like any of your physical stats, you can roll your premonition stats to avoid this.
Oh, okay.
So I believe that is your intelligence aspects.
It is wits, actually.
Wits. Okay, then yeah, I will say you'll be able to use the roll that you use for your premonition. You'll be able to use to try and avoid.
Okay. And wits, I believe, is also still roused.
Yeah, it is.
So, that's 2. I don't think that's enough still.
You could always try. You never know if you'll get a crit.
Yeah.
And critting on a ghoul, they're not people anymore. Okay.
Isn't that 5 successes?
That's 5 successes.
They crit,
so
though.
yeah, so that's 4, 5, 6. So you still so you take it out, so you still are able to withstand a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
So from their 6, you got 5.
Mm-hmm.
And their knife is a +2. So you take 2 superficial damage.
Which brings me into aggravated damage.
Gotcha.
Cool.
So you were able
damaged?
to.
I was in a car accident.
You're all really hurt, man. Remember that?
Yeah,
that was still tonight.
Yeah,
I'm not a physical character.
There
Right,
is
I
a
forgot
moment
about
where you see for a second that you were among the blood shades, and you quickly are able to move out of the way, but not fully to take the knife out entirely. It looks like they were trying to stab you in the heart, but you're able to move out the way, and they catch your shoulder. But you're from already getting hit with a bus. It's gonna take for fucking ever for this arm to work. Yeah, so the other ghoul is also going to try and attack you, Clyde, kind of kicking down the paper partisan and coming down with basically what looks to be like a cattle prod.
Jesus, okay.
I don't like these guys.
Why are you doing this to us? God damn it. Well, I guess
Technically, we did it to ourselves.
I think I didn't expect these ghouls to freaking crit on us this whole time.
Normally, this is literally abnormal for me. I roll like garbage.
If this is a TPK, do we agree that this night never happened and then wait for everybody to come back?
Yeah, can we just delete the footage from it? Or like, sorry guys, it all got deleted. We stopped at the club and that was it.
No, the computer, my computer was struck by lightning.
Oh no. Oh well. Too bad.
It's fine. You guys are vampires. One good shot in the head to these guys and they're super dead.
I doubt it'll do anything because he got a freaking 9 with that, but
I think that is 9 for.
I don't think I could do much.
Yeah,
I could try dodge. I've got a.
It's 8. That's 8. So you can use your Dex Brawl to try to get out of the way.
Could I use? Oh yeah, I don't have anything in Brawl. We got something in Melee, but that's about it.
I mean, you have a gun in your hand. You can pistol whip a fool.
I'll pistol whip that guy. Sure.
Smack him.
You can always tempt the beast to rouse. You can eat these guys afterwards. Like, who the fuck
really
cares?
can't. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, why not? I'll tempt the beast right now.
These guys on your turn and heal yourself. I will always.
I'm gonna eat these guys, and you know what? Actually, I'm gonna probably take a sip out of Malankov because fuck that dude too. Serve it. I'll rouse the beast. Why not? Sure.
They are all still human. So if you can latch on to them, you can drain them.
So good. Right. See, it's someone else that has brutal feet and can do that mid fight, but not Clyde. Yeah. So damn. Yeah. Okay, but great success. Don't get hungry. I will try my luck at pistol whipping this fool.
Mm-hmm. Three successes. All right, so this may hurt a bit. Cattle prods do not do the max amount of damage for you because your muscles are dead. So they don't contract.
No.
So 4, 5, 6, 8 minus 8 minus 3 halved to that. So yeah, you take 3 after everything's been reduced. You take 3 superficial damage.
I am hurt because I only had 1 superficial left. So, ow.
Okay.
So I'm at 3 actual health right now.
Okay. Yeah, in combination between getting hit with the bus and now getting prodded, and just like, it's not just the electricity that doesn't have an effect on you. This ghoul like gets up, swings back, and you swear for a second you see black veins kind of pulse where their blood vessels would be, and they snap the cattle prod against your jaw. The cattle prod does break with that crit that they did, but it
All right, good.
you kind of see stars a little bit, and you're like, fucking pumped. These are juiced up ghouls at the moment. All right, so that is the ghouls. So we're back at Clyde.
Just shoot this guy in the face.
Yeah, you're right up to him. He cannot dodge it.
And I would also like to rouse again to be sure I fucking hit. I swear to God, if I get zeros again, fucking hell. I don't care. It's fine. I get hungrier. I don't care anymore.
You get hungrier. Yeah, you just got your jaw smacked by this fucking ghoul. You kind of stumbled a bit, and your hand squishes in something wet, and you really don't want to think about it, but you also definitely want to eat whatever that is. As you pull up your gun, and he's too close to be able to dodge, so as long as you get 1 success, you'll be able to... 4. All right, so that is 3. What type of gun do you have? Do you know?
I have a 9mm.
All right, so 9mm is a +2. Looks like, yeah, it's a +2. So that is 3, 4, 5 aggravated damage. Yeah, this ghoul's dead.
Great.
You
awesome.
turn and fire a shot, and part of their skull just explodes into mist confetti. And goddamn, if that is not the most beautiful thing you've ever fucking seen today.
Yes, the cat tail.
Great.
So sorry. She has
No, you're
manners. This is the face of someone who has no manners.
Aw, sweet Nettle. It's okay, though. Alrighty, excellent. Well done, Clyde. 1 ghoul down.
Thank God. I just, wipe my finger, lick the blood off my hand. I'll get back to you and point at the other one. Let's go.
All right, did we decide that Wraith or Eli goes?
Wraith goes first.
It was Wraith, because he had a higher dex.
Sorry, yeah.
All right. Isn't there a way for me to heal?
Yes, if you rouse your blood, you are able to heal only superficial damage.
I only have superficial damage.
Yeah, if you have...
Good for you.
If you have aggravated damage, unfortunately, that is going to take more time to heal.
Also, what can I use my willpower for? The different things? I know it's to reroll 3 dice.
It's to reroll 3 dice. It also allows you your unmarked willpower is usually what you roll to resist against certain disciplines. So if you have no willpower unmarked, you can't roll to resist certain disciplines or frenzy checks. Because those are all based on your level of willpower.
Okay. So there's no longer because I remember from previous versions you're able to spend a willpower and just get 1 success.
As far as I know, that is not in this edition.
Okay, it's no longer. Okay. Well, I don't want to take the chance of going into 5. Hunger. But I do want to be able to damage him with my bare hands. So I may have to take that
I mean,
rouse.
when you clawed at him, it didn't seem like he had any supernatural toughness. He took the damage, so it may take a bit. He's a pretty hardy. He seems to be a pretty hardy guy and a seasoned warrior, but it doesn't look like he has anything supernatural to help him resist damage.
All right. Looks like I'm just gonna go in brawling.
Okay.
Fuck him up.
Please work.
Didn't work again.
I don't know
I
why.
don't understand it.
Why did it work for you one time and then
I
decide
don't
not
know.
to? What?
Maybe it was because I was rolling the discipline. Anyway, okay, so I got 3 strength plus the 1 from versus kindred. I've got 4 brawl, so it's just 4 and 4 again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, that's 3 successes. Yeah, this time he's going to he'll use also strength and brawl to try to match you because he's not going to want to run away now. So strength and brawl here. 3 successes. So you do get a hit on him. So I believe that is you have not roused for your potence yet to get
That is correct.
prowess. So I believe it is just 1 superficial damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll mark that. Boop.
I need to get some brass knuckles.
You have stakes. Stakes do damage.
I know, but those are melee. I do not have anywhere near 4 melee. I have 1 in melee.
And it takes a lot to stake a moving vampire. They don't want to be staked. They will resist.
They don't want to be staked. I don't want to be staked.
I
You don't wanna
prefer
be
to
staked.
beat him into submission first.
Yep. If you put them in torpor, they're very easy to stake. So Eli, it is now your turn.
Take out that ghoul.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and shoot the other ghoul again.
Okay.
Still compose your firearms.
Yep, he's right in front of you, so he's gonna also have a if you get more than 1
Yeah, get him.
Aroused. 3.
3. Oof. Do you know the type of damage that your gun does?
It's a +2. It's like a little snub-nosed
so
mother of pearl derringer.
Gotcha. Also 5
Donovan
aggravated
gave me.
damage. This is why you don't send your ghouls into the fight without body armor, because 5 aggravated damage, what do you know? Kills a human. So, yeah, you hit just like Marcus and Clyde have taught you. All in the aim for the biggest target where all the vital organs are in the chest. And you are able to, with a very solid thump or thunk. I'm not sure what a bullet sounds like hitting a body. I'm not that experienced in lead.
Switch.
Yeah, it's like a.
Oh, more of it sounds like bang.
It's kind of like a sound, like because it hit contact with them. So
Yeah. Should I be running this game, given that you guys know that information? Yeah, but you
Research?
the ghoul drops the knife and falls into the pool of gore and awfulness all around you.
yeah,
Another ghoul down. There is only Malenkov now. Whose turn it is? He is going to try and grapple you. He is going to rouse for his potence. He gets hungrier, but he doesn't give a fuck. So he'll get a +3 to his brawl.
You mean to his strength?
Yes, to his strength. Aw, come on.
Yeah.
I didn't even add +3 to that roll, so /R 3d10. 3 successes.
Of course, I don't want this.
I would assume not.
So I am going to defend.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it works.
Mm-hmm.
Of course it does not.
Of course it does not. Thank you, roll 20.
There's already 3, and I believe...
There is already 3. Yeah. So, yeah, you're able to completely block out of the way. You see the black... It's very similar to your ability, but when he manifests it, it looks like a disease spreading out from the open sores where he's kind of bit his own arm to allow the vitae to flow. It looks like an infection spreading. It looks like he was trying to do the same thing to you. But he missed. And now we're back at the top of my wonderful kindred. Clyde, you are in the middle of a bloodbath. You kind of have to stand, your feet slip a bit. The floor is so wet.
These are the nice shoes that I brought to go to the club with. God damn it. Okay, fine. All right, it's fine. 2 ghouls down, 1 gross grandpa to go. Let's do it. I'm gonna rouse again. And then fucking eating after this. Fuck it. Oh, good.
You don't get hungrier. You feel your beast like laughing hysterically, as it's just like this fucking dude doesn't even know what's coming for him.
All right, I'm gonna take aim at this guy too.
I'm gonna post his desecrated corpse all over Twitter.
You wait, man. Okay, here we go.
All over the darknet.
Zeros again.
4.
Okay.
I'm
gonna try and dodge.
I'm
Okay,
gonna bring
dexterity,
Shreknet specifically
brawl.
to defame his corpse.
Just to fuck you off. Yeah.
-2. Nope. Yeah, between Wraith just pummeling him in the side like full boxer and just the mess that he's created, he is unable to find a good way to block himself in, as that gives him 2 + 2, 4 halved, because it's superficial. That's still 2 superficial damage. Yeah, you're whittling him down.
Wearing him down, guys. Here we go.
He already has 2. Oh, I see. I know why because his lower intestine is still hanging out. He's
tripping up on it.
He steps on it, like snarls a bit, and as the bullet like hits him in the side. Oh God, this is a mess. Why did this happen? Wraith, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna try and brawl. I mean, I want to Oblivion touch him again.
Okay.
But it would require a rouse, and if I fail, I have to resist a hunger frenzy with 1 willpower.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna keep up the pummeling.
Yeah, think about if you beat the shit out of him without using Oblivion.
Right?
Yeah.
You get the best streak.
I used it once. I'm good.
Okay.
I would like to, desiccate his arm or something.
Yeah. So I would say go ahead, and the only way you can do that is if you take the risk to rouse and touch him. But I'm
just gonna try and pummel him again.
Okay. So he's gonna use dexterity and brawl to try and dodge. Unfortunate. That is 3 successes to your... Oh, no, he got it.
I will willpower reroll. 2 dice, right?
I believe so. Yeah, that 7 and that that 4 and that 5. Yeah. 1. Highs. So neither of you get the advantage or the disadvantage on each other. You're kind of just locked in this slug out. Eli, your turn.
I'm gonna shoot him in the spine.
No, that makes sense.
Because those intestines are just out, and maybe...
Yep. He's gonna try and dodge, miraculously enough.
Fancy that. Firearms.
Or successes.
Composure.
Nice. That's bad.
2.
Two
I will-
successes.
I
You
will
do- you
willpower
can-
reroll.
Uh-huh.
But you
I
wouldn't be
can
able to.
roll. Can I only do 2? Because you can't reroll hunger.
You can't reroll hunger, yeah.
So you know what?
Even if you got both successes, it wouldn't hit him.
3. Nope.
3. If they were both, if they happened to roll 2 crits, it
Yep.
would have
That
succeeded.
is true.
So if you want to take, if you can reroll 3 dice, I'm always an advocate for like taking the chance. Also, the less willpower you have, the more fun. So unfortunately, yeah, Malenkov is able to dodge out of the way, kind of like kind of interceding and putting Wraith in between you and and himself. So you have to very quickly adjust your rate of fire to try and hit him, and it embeds into the wall. All right, he is going his turn now. He is going to rouse, so he can try to grab you. He gets hungrier. So he's going to roll Strength and Brawl with his still added potence. So what do we put?
What's his hunger at, out of curiosity?
Ha!
That rolled 0. His hunger is at 3 now.
It did it to you too.
He did do it to me too. What
Roll 20
in
is
the
having a difficult day.
Brawl. Strength. Plus.
Isn't that only to damage though?
No, it's to feat. Prowess is for feats of strength. I
That's
believe.
right, feats of strength. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Forgot about
grabbing
that part.
someone is a feat of strength. Still okay. I guess I have to do the hard way. So
Yep.
/R. So that's 4, 6, 6. Wait, it's mine. Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9 because of his prowess. So it's 9, but it's -3. So he's still okay. So it's 6d10, and then 3d10 for his hunger. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. What did you roll, Wraith?
I haven't rolled yet.
Gotcha.
Looking good so far.
Okay.
Nice.
So
2, 3, 4,
1, 2,
5,
3,
6,
4,
7.
5, 6, 7. Yeah. You're able to, of his 5, you again avoid the necrifying touch. And then, so 5 minus that. So 2, you can do, it'd be 1 superficial damage again. So you're just by dodging his attacks and getting back on him. Well, I'll be. It pays to know how to fucking fight.
Yes, it does, especially against Kindred.
Clyde, you're up.
Okay. All right. Here we go again. Okay. Glad Wraith seems to be holding his own. It's gonna keep on suppressing fire right now. That's all I can do. So I'm gonna rouse again.
Good. He is.
Ooh.
You are keeping it clutch.
Why do you keep rousing?
To up my firearms so I can shoot him better. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna definitely try to dodge because he does not want to be shot.
Assumed. Yeah, it's not a fun experience.
Yeah. -2 is his modifier. Did it do it this time?
Holy
It did do
shit.
it this time.
That's a crit.
But
That's a messy
so that
crit.
is
It's a messy crit. Ugh.
4, 5, 6, 7. What would make the most sense for this messy crit? I'm going to say, because you succeeded over him, you are going. What's your hunger at?
3.
3. I think you're gonna launch yourself at them and try to take a bite. Cause
Fuck yeah, okay.
You are fucking tired. Your willpower you are mentally exhausted. And you got fucking slapped with a cattle prod, hit with a fucking bus. You're gonna eat this fucking Russian.
Swear to God.
So I'm gonna say you throw the gun aside, launch yourself at him, and
go.
Succeeded. You succeed. Let's see. That's what did I say? Fucking 4, 5, 6, 7 over his 3. God, minus that. So that's 3. That's going to be 3 aggravated damage. Just tearing into him. He is still up.
You just take a fucking chomp out of him.
Yes, you take a chomp and kind of rip at him. You can slake 1 hunger.
Holy shit.
That was awesome.
And the rush.
In that case, doesn't he get a...
He does get an additional hunger, yes. I'm just marking his... That's 3, yeah.
Malenkov would.
Malenkov's
get access to Oblivion if he wants it.
Which is what I wanted. Woo!
So there is... At first, you wonder what happened, because even in your haze of just anger and fury, there's a minute where you bite, it's like, there's no blood. And then almost as if, like, inky tar... It slowly is pulled out of... This is an old kindred, because it's taking a lot of effort to drain his vitae. Then you feel it slowly... have you ever seen Fern Gully?
Yeah.
When Hexus is peeling out of the pipe in his
and it's like
song.
all like goopy and drippy. It's
goopy and drippy and thick. That's what it feels like in like clumps going down your throat, like crude oil, and it is delicious. So, should you so desire, the disciplines that Malenkov has access to is Dominate, Oblivion, and Potence. He has no other flavors.
Oh.
Yeah, so you'll get to make your choice, and you'll have access to one of those, should you so desire. As you just rip into the side of his arm where there was a bullet, and you're just like, ripping into him. Well done. Marcus. Clyde is hanging on Malenkov's shoulder. Malenkov looks ragged, but he's still in the fight.
Like full spider monkey, like on its arm and everything.
Monkey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
All right. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yep. Gonna punch him again?
Yep.
All right. He's gonna try and dodge.
Right. I can't roll from the character sheet anymore.
He's looking so bad.
Close, guys. We're close. Come on.
4 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Nice, dude.
So
that's
you get
1, 2, 3. Yeah. No, sorry, never. I thought there was another 10. I got so excited.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah. You get another superficial damage on him, ooh, buddy. As you punch him and he starts to stumble back.
What were you gonna show me?
Oh, wow. Getting lippy. All right. Eli, your turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got this, bro. You got this.
Him. It's awful.
The fuck is wrong with all of you? What the fuck? What the fuck? 2.
He'll try to dodge.
It's the coterie's reject stay out. Okay, we're having a fun time here.
2. It is a tie, so your bullet kind of goes wide as he like turns in just enough time to put Clyde in the path of your bullet, and you're just like, gah! All right.
I could
He
leave.
is-
I could just leave.
You could just leave.
Maybe it's best. No, you need to hear.
Malinkov is going to grab Clyde and try to hit you, Wraith, with Clyde.
God damn it! No!
Oh, he's pulling an Esther.
I've been on the
Don't let him
receiving
grab
end of this before. I don't want to be used as a weapon this
This
time.
will be melee and strength.
He would first have to grab Clyde.
He would.
Can I resist this? in
You
some
can
way?
resist
try.
it. I will do brawl and strength
Okay.
plus his 4.
Oh, I think it did again.
See, it did it again.
It did.
Yeah.
It's 4, 5, 6. Wait, so he has a strength of 4, brawl of 2, and then 3 for potence. But 3 of those are replaced. So he's rolling 5d10 first, and then 4d10. Because that's his hunger.
Okay,
So
yeah.
1,
3?
2, 3 successes. Yeah,
Okay, so I do.
it's got to be 3.
What am I rolling for mine?
You're gonna be rolling dexterity brawl.
Okay, I have none in brawl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Straight dex.
Here we go.
1.
God damn it.
So
Yeah.
he successfully grabs you and rips you off his shoulder, and then is just going to full swing your body at Marcus. So this will be a strength and melee. And I'm going to...
Jesus.
That adds to the damage. So...
Ow.
1, 2,
Apparently
3,
hitting vampire-
4.
So that's 4, 5, 6.
Jesus,
Five,
man.
six.
Holy fuck.
9.
Yeah. That's 9 successes.
Oh my god.
And a messy crit to boot.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be like, this colliding damage is going to, depending on what you roll, Marcus, it'll be split between the two of you, because
Okay.
he's using Clyde as a weapon.
God, please roll well. Hey!
Oh!
Fuck
And
yeah.
that also makes it a messy crit too. So that is, let's count up the
Just a
totals then.
full
So that's
circ coming
4,
around.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Suck it now, Call.
Jesus.
Messy crit by fucking 1. So, Clyde,
Oh my
you
god.
still take the aggravated damage.
Okay, how much should I take?
Sorry, not aggravated. So I think you're gonna take. It's only going to be like a point. Sorry, no, they both messy crit. I'm going to say you're gonna take 2 points of superficial damage.
Okay, this will be.
Because you definitely feel your arm is broken as it collides with Marcus. And I'm going to say Malinkov is in a frenzy with this roll. Wraith, you're going to need to roll a frenzy check.
Got this,
I have
man.
no
You got
willpower.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
All my willpower is checked.
all your willpower is gone? Okay. So, here, if you would like to resist the frenzy, the call of your beast, you can take a point of aggravated willpower. But that will mean that you will have a -2 penalty to your future rolls because you are starting to go beyond the point of your mental capabilities. Because you're exhausting yourself. But you will not have to fall into a frenzy. So, to repeat the options, you can fall into a rage frenzy willingly. in which your only concern will be to destroy Malenkov, even though your rational mind knows you need to take him in alive and in torpor and state. Your rage frenzy will compel you to end this man.
I'm going to take the aggravated willpower.
Okay.
We almost got him. He's close, I can tell. Come on.
So
I'm gonna broke him.
With that, I'm gonna just rip off my coat.
Okay. You rip off the coat, feel your will against it. Arms fully extended, the guns are out. Metaphorical guns.
Bam! Sorry. Okay.
And steeling yourself against the cry of your beast that wants to unleash upon this creature to prove that you are stronger and better. You maintain control of yourself as we come to your turn. I believe that was Malenkov's turn just now. Was to try.
So
it's Clyde's turn. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Clyde. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'll delay my turn if Malenkov
yeah, you're kind of, he let you go when he hit you. You just got smacked and then you fell to the ground. You're just like, okay, ow.
Okay, yeah. All right. I gotta met this guy. Okay, well, I already slaked one hunger, so let's arouse again. Let's try to end this fucker. Done. I'm so done.
Fuck fighting vampires.
Fuck this guy.
Okay, you don't get hungrier.
Here we go.
Okay, he's gonna try and dodge.
That was a low score, so go ahead.
Most of it is hunger now, so
I figured. Ooh.
He does succeed. He's trying to like scramble, push up the mattress to try and like hide himself.
Doesn't he have a -2?
He does. There's still a -2 in there.
Okay. Wanted to make sure. I haven't touched anything.
No problem. Yeah, so that's his turn. Wraith, it is your turn.
Take him down.
I'm going to push you down like the old dog that you are. And...
Okay.
2, 3, 4.
Okay.
He'll try to dodge.
Good.
You got him for, I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so you're able to get another superficial
point.
Yep, another superficial wound. He's barely holding on, but he is going to fight to the end. So, Eli.
Alright, so shooting isn't helping very much. I'm not very good at shooting. You know,
Clyde's off him now, too.
I'm off. Yeah, you can try again. It hurt him when I did it, if you want to try again.
Would I be able to... So one of the things that Premonition says that it can give you flashes of insight. Could I use that to try and give someone else an advantage? By trying to predict his movements?
Yes, I will say absolutely. So go ahead and roll me that pool for your premonition to see how much of a bonus that you give to the next person.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have to rouse, thankfully. Because I'm already aroused.
Ooh,
5.
4. 5. All right, so you'll be able to... So that's... All right. So I will say, who are you giving the insight to? They'll get a +2 bonus to their...
I will give the insight to, I will give the insight to Clyde, because he did a significant amount of damage before.
No problem. All right.
By tearing out part of this man's hamstring.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
All right. So Malenkov's turn.
Fight him again, Clyde.
Try.
He's going to try and launch himself across the room at you, Wraith, because he's going to try and grapple you again. So, strength and brawl. I should just... there. Maybe that'll change it. No modifiers. Holy custards. That's just bad. Makes sense, though. He is ragged. All right, so
Great.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to his 2. Oh, God, so that's
2 more.
2 more. He is... you see the arm that he swung at you and you block was already broken in places, and when he tries to make another swing, you're able to grab on... The way you grab onto his arm, you dislocate his shoulder, and even though you're a dead person and don't need to move it, a dislocated shoulder, you can barely move that arm anymore. Dead or alive. And the bullet holes...
No longer work right.
The bullet holes, his stomach has been torn open, and he is staggering, practically already in torpor, as his eyes start to glow a bright blue in the black, as he's fully going into, he's turning into a white.
Oh.
Oh shit! That's right. He doesn't have terrible humanity.
He has that little humanity.
Yeah, we gotta stake this food
shit.
fast. Okay.
If the gore playground I have described was not enough.
Yeah.
It was a hint. Yeah, we got an idea.
All right, that is Malenkov's turn. So Clyde, you see his body is twisting and distorting into that of an animal. You see his jaw unhinges and his skin begins to blacken and spread like it's becoming necrotized.
Moldy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Rotting from the inside out.
Is he close enough where I should just stake him? Point. Turning.
You can get close enough to stake him if you want.
I would like to do that, yeah.
Okay.
You get a +2.
So,
Yeah.
you do get a +2.
Your
to
buddy Eli.
stake a vampire,
Thanks, Eli.
that is a called shot. So it will be a -2, which negates that because of the Pythos giving you insight. And you need to do with a strength and melee. You need to do, I believe it is at least double checking here. I believe even after reductions, it needs to do at least a point of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, because it doing 8 points of damage is for beheading, which is a lot harder to do.
Yeah, no, not trying to do that. Okay. I know Eli gave me my 2, but that was since that was gates that negative I have. I still rouse to get that 2 back.
If you've roused a attribute already, you do not have to keep rousing. But if you haven't roused strength, you can roll.
Not
for
roused
the scene.
strength. Yeah.
Yeah, you can roll for the scene and get 2.
I have not. I've just used Dex.
Yeah, Malenkov is for sure.
All right, I
going
get
to
hungrier.
try and- yeah, so mark that hunger. Malenkov is for sure going to try and not be staked because he is an animal at this point.
Okay. Strength. Oh shit.
5 successes.
Damn. I don't know if I can do it, guys. Fuck.
You got this.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, 3 melee. As you try to jump in and stake him in the chest, his arm is a lot longer now. As he deals you, so that's 3 out of 5, so 1 superficial damage as his hand backhands you, and his hand is now the size of your chest. but it's skeletal and long, and bits of it are exposed to rotting now.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So unfortunately, Clyde, you were unable to stake him.
Yep.
Wraith, you're up. This creature that was Malenkov, if you do not put him down now, on his turn, you see the eyes that look, the pupils are fully vertically slitted in the field of blue, and the eyes are looking toward the door. He's going to make a run for it if you don't put him down.
Well, I guess here goes. I mean,
He'll try to resist with a strength brawl, and he's going all out because he is a monster right now.
Stake him or torpor. I mean,
God damn it.
I really wish I would have picked up some brass knuckles.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. 3 successes is not enough.
That's a 10.
That's a 10. There's not a second 10.
Yeah,
Yes, but that doesn't that count as 2 successes?
only if there's
No,
2
it
10s.
counts only
Okay,
if there's 2 10s. If there's a pair of 10s, it counts as 4 successes because that is a critical. But a single 10 is just a success. So you are going to take 1, 2, 3. 2. You're going to take 1 superficial damage.
First damage I've taken the entire time.
Mm-hmm. All right, Eli. What would you like to do?
If I try to
Re-engage the lock on the door.
yeah, like can I go and like lock the door?
100%. Yeah.
That's great, yeah.
You can magnetize the door.
I magnetize the door.
I don't think he's going to know how to run.
He's not. He's
I'll
going to
call
try
him.
to just break through the door.
I
Could do that.
re-magnetize the door, and then I
got it.
step aside.
There we go.
Move out of the way.
The difficulty is 5 for Malenkov to... You watch as his bent, long, now insectoid-like limbs... his claws dig into the soaked wet carpet as he kind of pulls himself, much like a cheetah does when it pulls its front legs all the way in between its hind legs to propel itself forward. He's just going to bolt toward the door. He needs 5 successes to get through it in one just impact. So athletic strength right now.
At least even if he gets 5 successes, it's gonna slow him.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll still have a chance.
Shit.
You motherfucker.
Why now? I think getting all these crits. Why?
Yeah, you see that the door, magnetized door, bends and groans as this creature claws against it, and the door falls forward, or the door bends and falls out of its hinges. He has not left out of the room. It took his entire just minute to break down the door. He had to use all his effort to. But you do see some people are like out in the hall, and as soon as they see Malenkov, they start screaming. And Malenkov, you see his body start to hunch and curl as he's about to pounce on these innocent bystanders that definitely see this fucking monster. So, back at the top of my monsters, Clyde, what's up?
Just gonna leap at him and try it again.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Strength is up. Okay, here we go. Fuck this guy. So much trouble. Okay.
Because Malenkov is now at 5 hunger, his only concern was to get to food. You only needed 1 success.
Oh my god.
You leap out of the pile of gore, your super nice suit and good shoes stained. You're gonna have to burn these. But you leap across the floor, closing the distance, climb on the back of this deformed monster, and drive the stake through his back, crushing through rib until it pierces the heart. You hear a horrible as it twists and jerks beneath you, but you hold on tightly before it fully collapses on the ground, paralyzed.
I am going to go and gather those people.
Yeah, you will
Just
have. I will say you will have. You are a vampire. You don't need to breathe. You don't need the excess. You don't need the energy to recuperate. So you're able to catch up with them. And are you using?
Yes, just like come with me.
Okay.
Come on. Okay. Forget.
Go ahead and give me a charisma. I will need a charisma subterfuge or manipulation persuasion. Any combination of a social skill.
Manipulation, persuasion, you say?
Yes. Yeah, you're able. Okay. All right. 5 successes is enough because if you had not gotten it, someone might have gotten away. But you succeeded. You're able to gather those people that saw Malenkov and you make them forget.
All right, everybody come with me. We're going to go and sit in a nice quiet room while someone comes and takes care of the fucking monster. And I'm going to go back and just like, everything that you just saw was swamp gas. There was a pipe leak in the building.
Okay.
And all of that was hallucination.
No, easily enough to do. These are humans whose minds are already addled through drugs and alcohol intake, and you are just giving them a very polite nudge. After that, you all are sitting. You can't help but just take a moment to sit, even with all the blood and gore and death around you. Some of you are physically exhausted.
So hurt.
All of
so
you
hurt.
are mentally exhausted, pushing yourselves to the brink, as this is the first elder that you fought.
Oh shit.
Malenkov is technically an elder among his kind. And before you even have a chance to celebrate, you get an alarm on your phones to let you know that sunrise is coming and you need to sleep.
Go.
Bundle him into the rented car. We're just gonna take. We're gonna take Marcus's jacket. We're going to drape it.
Wrap Malenkov in it.
Pieces of it.
We're gonna drape it over Malenkov. We're going to carry him out bridles. We're gonna carry him out fireman style. Just
Probably mostly Wraith. I don't know if I was gonna let him, but yeah.
I don't care if I have to drag him.
I doubt that there are cameras in a BDSM dungeon.
Not in a place.
So I feel like we're okay. I don't need to have to clear anything.
No, your abilities with technology. There's nothing like that in a place like this.
Okay, good.
You don't have to worry about that. You all get into the rental car, head back to your haven of the Ares Club. Stash Malenkov away. Make sure no one goes near him.
We put him in what is the freezer that Donovan put him in there. Yeah, fuck him.
The prep freezer.
Yeah.
And you guys, after an incredibly long night, finally fall into the oblivion of your day rest. And that is where we're going to end our session.
Oh my god.
I am physically exhausted because of this.
I'm tired.
Oh gosh.
I got scared there a little bit. I was like,
amazing.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to be a challenge because even though Malenkov is a shitty little shit talker, he can back some stuff up. So I'm glad it was.
And Wraith just doesn't take any shit.
No.
Definitely could back himself up. Jesus, okay. So much.
Thank you all so much for joining us on Dice Dropping's Chicago by Night. We hope to see you again next time with our full cast as we come back with Donovan and Seraphima as they deal with a very frustrated prince who got blindsided. But thank you all again so much for tuning in, and whenever you're watching, good morning, good evening, and good night.